We've been talking about relationships, but I feel like there's one very underestimated aspect of relationships that people don't like to talk about or people don't like to focus on.
I wouldn't say part of relationship, but a season of your life that you probably should focus on that we
I
don't.
would also say part of your relationship too,
Okay.
because I do feel like we can talk about it for sure, but I do think it's also the part of the relationship, but definitely even like my wife said, definitely a season that's worth talking about. Today we want to talk a little bit about that thing called being single. When you get married and you become a couple, do remember it's two individuals that came together. So in other words, if both individuals are not doing their individual, are not good at being individuals, then even when it comes to the point of becoming a collective, you'll either drag yourselves down, weigh yourselves down, hurt each other, blah blah blah. I know a lot of people have heard the expression that the sum is greater than the total is greater than the sum of the parts. That's what you should strive for in a relationship, where ultimately the collective is not just the sum of your parts, but it is it's more than that. Mm-hmm. Marriage, the preparation for a Christian marriage doesn't have a start. Mm-hmm. It starts from the time you were born. The time you were born, it's like, for example, when they say if you want to be a doctor, preparation for being a doctor doesn't start in med school. Mm-hmm. It doesn't start in college. Mm-hmm. Heck, it doesn't even start in high school. Mm-hmm. Doesn't even start in middle school. Mm-hmm. That starts very young. Right. Because people understand that you can't become a doctor overnight. Yeah. You can't become a good wife or a good husband overnight. Those things, your preparation starts from very, very young. We may not acknowledge that we're preparing for that moment. We may not even notice that we're preparing for that moment. But from the very jump, you are in a preparation season. Okay. Even for you, for me. And I mean, like you said, a woman is not supposed to be pursuing the man. The man's supposed to be pursuing you. So if the man is the one that's pursuing you, if the man's the one that's pursuing the woman, how does the woman know her timing? Mm. Right? You don't specifically know your timing. You don't know if it's 20. You don't know if it's 30. You don't know if it's 45. Mm-hmm. But you have to always be ready. You never know. Let's do this real quick.
Go ahead, baby.
I'm married today, guys. I'm sitting before you.
Really?
A married man. I have a lovely wife, beautiful wife. We thank God for the woman that God gave me, right? I will honestly say that I don't think I did well in my single period. Ooh. I don't think I did. And this is why I'm talking to you about it, because I'm seeing on the other side of the fence the things that could have been different had I would have prepared better. I was of the mindset that marriage will fix all my issues. Right? I was on the mindset that once I get married, I'm never going to be alone again. I'm going to have somebody to be there. Obviously, we all know that 3-letter word. We don't got to talk about it. I thought marriage was...
What 3-letter word?
Sex.
Oh.
What? I thought marriage was gonna fix everything for me. I was sadly mistaken. When I say I was sadly mistaken, I was sadly mistaken. I don't know if you guys ever had this moment where God just answers you right then and there. So God just answered me while I'm speaking to my mother, and I don't know what happened. It's like God started speaking through me. But as he's speaking through me, it's like he's speaking to me. Through me, but to me. And then it was like, I was telling myself, I'm like, no, the reason why you never got your person is because the moment, when I told you to take a year to prepare, you didn't prepare. So you were never ready. So I never gave you a person. And that just made me stop dead. And then after that was at 21. I don't got to tell you guys, I didn't meet my woman, obviously, till I got to 24. Being single important. The first thing I want you guys to know, God created you single with the intention to get married. Right. He didn't create you married with the intention to stay married. Right? He created you single. He created you as an individual with the intention of you eventually coming together with somebody. Mm-hmm. Right? He created you single. God did not create you married. Right. He created you single. If he created you single, it's because he realizes that you have things that you need to do while single. If he wanted you to be married from birth, he would have done that.
Yeah, he would have pulled the Adam and Eve.
Yeah, he would have done that. But if he created you single first, that's because he knows that you're single, that your moment of being single has value. There is value in that period or preparation. But it's not necessarily just a matter of preparing to be with someone. And I don't want us to think about singleness as a time to prepare to be married. I want you to think of singleness as a time to prepare to be a better you.
Woo.
Right? Because if you think of being single as just a time of preparing to be married, then the whole preparation that you're doing during your singleness period is going to be messed up. Because you're going to do it with just, oh, I want to be married, I want to be married, I want to be married, I want to be married. So then, and that's what happens. For example, when you think of being single as a time to prepare to just be married, you focus on things that people think attribute to a good marriage. So what does that mean? As a woman, if all you think about is being single as a preparation to be married, all you go think about is I got to learn how to cook.
I got to learn how to cook.
I got to learn how to clean, right?
I got to learn how to clean. I got to learn how to decorate. I got to learn how to be a good wife.
That's what you go think about. Now, are those bad things? No, they're not bad. I want to be very clear. They're not bad. But at the end of the day, being a great woman is not done behind the stove. Being a great woman is not done with a broom in hand, with a maid outfit on. Right?
I mean, I could put that on if you want me to, baby.
I told you the maid outfit, babe, that's for after. I'm already not happy with the dress that you put on tonight because every time I see you get up, it makes me want to do things to you.
Listen, I am covered.
No, you covered it with that blanket, but once you take that blanket off.
But I'm not showing anybody anything because I'm covered.
Exactly, but I can't talk about myself when I saw you get up to go and do what you did over there.
I needed to get coffee.
No, not when you went to go get coffee. I'm talking about when the camera's on me and you went to go turn that thing on over there. And then I'm sitting here and I'm watching you walking and I'm looking at that dress. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Focus.
Being married and being happy and enjoying themselves. What you see is what you get.
But I could put that maid outfit on.
I don't want the maid outfit. I just want to see that dress without the blanket again. But I need to see it from the back. So, because that I'm not gonna lie, is on me. God bless you, man. I'll give you everything back there.
Okay, thank you.
You're a dump truck.
Let's continue. Eat your vegetables, guys.
But anyway, yeah, guys. So, being single, you are happy with you. You're happy with who you are. You're satisfied with who you are, right? You establish who you are, right? Marriage will come, guys. Marriage will come. And like I said, I don't want any of us to sit here and keep making this prayer of, I got to get married. God send me my person. God send me my person. Because the truth of the matter is, the things that most of us ask God for in a person, we don't have ourselves, right? You want a man that's 6'5", dark skinned, this,
350K,
all of this, but yet you're still in school with not a dime to your name. How does that make sense?
We want those big flowers.
You want somebody that's going to wine and dine you, but your credit's not even 500. Like, how are you guys going to do that? I feel like a lot of times we are not the people that we want in someone else, right? And this is why a lot of times a lot of marriages fail, because people use marriage as the preparation.
I just had a revelation while you're just talking, and I think that this is something that you said that's so important, and I'm so sorry, my love, for cutting you off, but you are preparing for a lifetime with a human being. But outside of just preparing, you are preparing to be a mother. And and marriage is a ministry. Whether you are like us and pastor wife, you are ministering through your marriage in that season. And people are looking at you, regardless of the fact that you are on the podium every Sunday, regardless of the fact of where you are, people are being ministered through your love, through your marriage, through your children. And God is preparing you for that season. And in order to be prepared, you have to be able to know how to have open communication with someone outside of just being an open communicator with your spouse, but just being a good friend, being a good person is just such an important thing. And I just wanted to put that out there because I'm just thinking like, man, like a lot of the times people don't understand that outside of just being, okay, this is like this is the ultimate goal is to be married, which is like such a false altitude of life because of the fact that when you get married, that's really just the beginning of forever. And honestly, your life is a ministry, right? Like people look at Emmanuel and I and how we portray each other outside like in ministry, at the temple, at church, is ministering to them. This is our ministry. Us talking on this podcast is a part of our ministry. And God may not have you in a grand scheme of a big podcast and church and all that stuff like that, but just you walking in the street with your husband and your child is ministering to someone else and seeing God's love through you. So I think that people just need to really think about that in their singleness. It's not just about preparing yourself to be a wife, preparing yourself to be a husband, but it's preparing yourself to be able to be a minister unto others. And I think that that's something that may hit your head.
Right. All types of work, finance work, emotional work, mental work, spiritual work. There's a lot of different things that you guys need to do before you enter into marriage. Because I'm going to be very honest. If you don't handle your singleness properly, a lot of the issues that you will face in marriage will probably be because of you. Right? It probably will be because of you. The habits that you build while you are single are important. They will make their way into your marriage.
They'll build it or cause it to fumble.
Yeah, it's like you have to know while you are single, your foundation that you build while you're single is important.
Yep.
Okay? So let me give you guys an example. At least God, they're asking, what do you want? Like, what are your prayer requests, right? And then one of the things my wife said, she said, and I remember this like it was yesterday. She was like, I want to make sure that the God that my husband serves becomes my God as well. And when she said that at the time, and as you can see clearly, if I remember this, 4 years later, it hit me. That hit me hard. And the reason it hit me hard is because you can only say that to someone if you trust them. And again, that can only be done assuming that the foundation was already set well. Right? My wife decided that she felt she could trust the way I serve God and the God that I serve, and said, "No, I'm willing to submit to your spiritual lead." But again, that can only happen because of the fact that while my spiritual foundation wasn't set after I got married. That happened pre. And this is why, for example, a lot of men are bad leaders. You're trying to build your first foundation with your wife. Your first foundation should have been built before you got married. Like, there should be certain foundational elements in your life that you should have pre-getting with someone. When you get with someone, you guys should be taking what you guys have individually, putting it together to make something together. But it shouldn't be that you guys are figuring yourselves out while married. If you're doing that, you're delaying your marriage and you're giving yourself, and this is why a lot of times people that are meant for each other can still end up divorced. And I remember we were saying this last week, just because God put you together doesn't mean that you're bound to succeed. A lot of times God put you guys together, but God still expects you guys to do the work. God still wants to make sure that you guys do the work. But the work that you have to do isn't only while you're married. When you're single, guys, what are you doing? So much that goes into it. If you skipped a season, it's going to take too much work to catch up later on. Too much work. And that's what tends to happen to a lot of single people when they get married. You did so little work during your single time. Your whole marriage is just you playing catch up. And while you're just playing catch up, think about it. What does that mean, playing catch up? It means that all you're doing is just exerting energy nonstop. And by the time you finally catch up, you're exhausted. You can't even enjoy the marriage the way you want. Think about it with a basketball game. If a team goes down 20, you're in the fourth quarter. How many times have you seen teams trailing by 20 in the fourth quarter? They get back, they tie it, they even take a lead, but they still lose. Why do they lose? Because they took so much energy to catch up. You don't have the energy to stay ahead now.
Yeah, you should have been consistent ahead.
Exactly.
At the beginning of the game.
Yeah, you don't have the energy to stay on course. So now, by the time that you want to try and do what you have to do, it's too late.
Yeah. Like, it's talking. But I'm telling you guys right now, like, there are going to be seasons in your marriage where your faith, your life will be tested. And based off of the foundation that you have set prior to, is going to be the ones that's going to be able to have you get through those seasons. Your lack of discipline, your lack of the consistency, these things that you should have been working on prior to getting married is going to be the thing that is going to stall your marriage. So I know that a lot of you guys are probably like, you don't understand because you're not in this season and you still got married early. But I'm telling you right now, like, you really want to get through that, because like I said before, your marriage, whether it's on a big platform, whether it's on a small platform, whether you are in the congregation and you have no position in the church, your marriage sets forth a ministry. And people are looking at how you are moving in your ministry within every single season of your life. They are seeing when you guys have it and when you guys don't. And when you guys are waiting for something, whether you guys are waiting for that house, whether you guys are waiting for that child, whether you guys are waiting for a financial breakthrough, where you guys are waiting for anything else, they are looking at you to see how much of consistency, what type of stewardship, where is your heart posture during this season in your marriage that is allowing you to be able to still tug on to God. And if you don't get that right now, I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be hard times.
That she could do it at that age, right? Now the question is, how? Why? As she said, marriage was not the thing on her mind. But what happened was, she was always seasoned to become the best Abigail. She always pushed herself to become the best version of her that she could be. And as a result, when you are doing that, you're training your mind, you're training your intellect, you're training your character, you're training your person, you're training who you are. And because you're training who you are, you don't even realize when you're ready. You don't even realize how much you've learned while you're training. I'm going to use another silly example. For those that used to watch Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z, right? There's a time when Goku was a kid, they were training to become martial artists, to fight. But during their training, they never learned how to throw one punch, how to throw one kick. They never learned how to run, they didn't learn anything. So when the tournament time came around, the kids were looking at their master, they were like, hold on, you didn't train us, you didn't teach us how to punch, you didn't teach us how to kick, what are we about to do? And then because at the time they traded with like weighted vests and all that stuff, so he said, take off the vest, all right, throw a punch. And they were amazed at their strength. They were like, whoa, when did we become so good at this? He was like, I taught you all the foundational stuff. The foundational things that you are easily able to now apply to whatever situation you go through. So now, even though I didn't teach you how to punch, but I taught you how to to utilize your strength. I taught you how to channel your energy. So now that when you become a martial artist, you can use those same concepts and apply it to the time of throwing a punch. So I
had that monster mentality. Like,
yeah, because
I was not playing no games. Like, I literally, I put myself through hell to get that degree. Like, Lord, I just think about that season and I'm just like, I don't know where I found that motivation, but I was so beyond motivated. Like, my mom says this all the time. She said, one thing about Abigail, when she want to do something, she's going to do it.
But and that's my point. Part of those things, but what we don't realize is those little things that you just mentioned, those don't come naturally to everyone. That drive and that ambition doesn't come naturally to everyone. There are a lot of lazy people in this world. There are a lot of people that they are okay with settling for whatever they have. Mm-hmm. And if you want to become the best you, for example, you have to be able to train yourself to have the mindset that I always want the best, that I always want was the best thing out there. And a lot of people don't have that. Like, for example, people like to have this discussion between who's better, Kobe or LeBron, right? People like to talk about that. Who's the GOAT? And I tell people all the time, for me, if I'm looking for a killer, I'm choosing Kobe.
Facts.
Why? Because at the end of the day, I don't care what you say. I don't feel that LeBron has Kobe's killer instinct. You becoming the best version of you is not while everyone sees you. It's while you're behind closed doors.
Yup.
You becoming the best version of you is not while you're flirting with girls left and right. It's while you're in a library studying.
Whoop, whoop.
You becoming the best version of you is not you catfishing guys on the internet by putting fake filters, by putting all of this stuff on you, putting pictures on, trying to show something that you're not, getting all the DMs, getting all the messages, getting all the likes and everything like that, and then you're entertaining it. That's not when you are making the best version of you. The best version of you is when you're sitting down, saying to yourself, I need a degree. Mm-hmm. Sitting down telling yourself, I need to be better than the person next to me. Sitting down and telling yourself, you know what, that I'm telling myself, you know what, you as a woman, do yourself a favor as a woman. Stop telling people I want a man that make 250K. Tell yourself I'm going to make 250K.
Period.
Tell yourself that. Don't stop telling yourself I want a man that makes 300K. No, tell yourself, you know what, I'm going to go out there and make sure I can make 300K. Mm-hmm. Because if I'm going out there and telling myself I can make 300K, because I want you to understand something, guys, and I want you guys, and I want this to marinate with you a little bit. You attract what you are. If you're going to be broke, you attract them broke. Don't expect to attract someone that makes 200K. And I'm gonna tell you this as someone that God blessed to be making a good amount of money. I'm not looking at someone that has a broke mentality and a broke bank account. I'm not looking at you. You know what I'm looking at? Someone that has the mentality to say, you know what? You give me a fish and I'm going to give you a dinner. I don't want you to give me a fish. I want you to teach me how to fish. That's the mentality that I want to see someone have. Don't sit here and tell somebody, you know what? I want to look for someone that's 300K. Get that off of your list of requirements. Tell yourself, I'm going to get out there and make 300K. Because you know what happens when you make 300K? You are inevitably going to be in certain circles. And those circles are going to be surrounded by people that make the same as you, if not more than you. And guess what? You won't even need to make a requirement of having someone that makes 300K. That's going to be the only thing you attract. Simple.
When you are working on yourself, when you are in behind closed doors and closed scenes, and you are working on yourself, and then you come out of that season of where you put the work in, you are the most attractive. Like, and I don't think people understand that. You are the most attractive when you spend that time, that season of really working on yourself, and then you find yourself that person. Like, babe, you just spoke so much facts just now. Ooh.
No,
I love you, baby.
Right. I do wish there were certain things that I do wish, for example, that I was a bit further in my spiritual journey prior to marriage. I think you'll understand this when you get married. You're not going to have the same level of time to do the kind of prayers that you could have done while you were single. All right? That's just not happening. Like, for example, very simple example, right? When you're single, you decide that you want to take your sack and just hit the floor, you can do that. You can't do that when you're married. You just can't. I don't care if your person is Christian or not. You can't. Because the spiritual aspect behind it, you don't leave your bed without mutual consent, number one. And even with mutual consent, you don't leave it for an extended period of time. You just don't.
Yeah.
Right? All the spiritual aspects behind it that goes into it. You just don't.
Because like before we got married, once I got engaged, I slept on the sock for an entire year until we got married. But I can definitely not do that now.
No,
like, yeah, babe, I'm gonna leave you for a year to go pray with Jesus.
No, at one point I'm gonna be like, okay, this makes no sense. Jesus got a wife already. Like, what's going on here?
I mean,
Jesus got a wife already.
He want to hear my voice too.
That's great. Jesus got a wife already. Listen, Jesus don't want from you what I want from you.
Next topic.
So like, I was at his movie theater, right? We was having this big get together, this family get together, whatever. I see an old friend of mine. He comes talking, and his girlfriend tried to friend's girlfriend. He came talking to me. I told her like, leave me alone, this is my friend's girlfriend, and she kept on talking about me. She decides to come talking to me, flirting with me or whatever. You okay? You sure?
I'm fine. Just checking the time.
Alright. Hours into the party, here comes my friend, comes doing this. She put her hands on my chest and she's trying to caress me. And here comes my friend yelling at me, screaming at me, begins to flirt with me. And she begins to touch me. I told her, leave me alone, you're my friend's girl, and I don't think we should do. I told him.
I'm so sorry. I actually have to be somewhere right now. This was great. This was so great. It was good meeting you though, but
But you didn't even finish your food.
I'm not hungry. You can finish it though. It was nice meeting you. Alright. Bye. Good? Oh, let me call Mika.
What's up? Wait, you gotta call B. He went on that date today.
Oh yeah.
Hello?
Girl, you will not believe the date that I just had.
What happened?
Why is he calling me?
Yo,
Yo, what's up?
not much, man. Just in bed. What's up?
Nothing. Yo, we know about your date. Was calling to ask how it went.
Yo, that date was fire, bro. I think she's the one.
You sure?
Oh my god, it was terrible. Like, terrible.
He was nice and all, but I don't know. There was something about him. It was just terrible.
I mean, yes, bro. I promise you, the second date guarantee.
You sure?
Yes, bro.
Bro, you positive?
Absolutely. Yo, she's 5 foot. She's Christian. She's Haitian, too. She's beautiful. Like, nah, she's the one for me. It was that bad?
Yes, like he just kept talking the entire time.
She likes to like listen a lot. Like, she was really respectful too. Like, that's really what I want a lot.
And I don't know. As soon as our food got here, I had to leave, and that's not even like me. But
As soon as our food came, she had to go, and I was like, okay, but like her food just came, but it's whatever.
I had to get out of there.
How did you like him?
I mean, he was Haitian, but he wasn't Christian, and that's really what's important, you know? I don't know. I just needed something. I just needed to talk to somebody, but I have no idea what to look for in a guy. I just need help.
But I promise you, the date was fire. Second date guarantee. I promise you, bro.
You positive?
Absolutely, 100%.
Alright, bro. We're gonna hold it on you. We're gonna hold you to that, bro.
Alright, broski, I promise you, bro. Second date on point. She's wifey material. This is mine.
Alright, bro. You better be. Alright, bro. We'll see. Alright, we'll catch you later.
Alright, bro.
Alright.
Later.
Alright, bro. Sound like he capping. Yeah. He chatting, bro. That, you know that day went terrible, bro. It's okay. Nah, it's okay. It's terrible.
Eh, nou mette la kisi nan, leve kom kisi nan, fè vit. Tan mba bon nou kout prenon la, leve fè vit. Fè vit, go, get out. Tout up guy chaise la, même sou fin nan.
You know what? Let me call up my girl, cause you need some serious help.
Okay.
Hold on, let me add her.
Alright.
Oh my gosh. Is that Mimi? Hey, Mimi!
Hey, Katie, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. And you? What's happening?
Well, it's not going too well. My friend, she recently went on a date, and it went terrible. Remember that live event you was telling me about?
The BCS?
Yeah, that one.
Girl, add her right now.
Yeah.
Hey! So what's going on? What's going on? What you need help with?
No, it's just, I went on a date and it went terrible. I just need help with looking for the right guy.
You need help, girl. I got you. There's an event happening December 20th, BCS Live, Breaking Christian Silence, where they talk about real relationships, real faith, real talk, real everything. We're all real over here. Ooh.
Breaking Christian silence.
You need it ASAP.
Okay.
You better be here.
You gotta be there. I better see you there.
You're like, yes.
Don't worry, I'll be there. Don't worry.
Send the details over.
Oh, BCS event. All right. All right. This guy fix me for that. Fix me now. What is that? Oh, you know me. Oh, there's some song hidden in this. I'll be there. We'll do this. Come in. I'll be there.
Yo, what's up? Yo, I'm not gonna lie, BCS holding a live event December 20th. You gotta come, bro. You need it.
Really?
Yes, bro.
Alright,
Alright, bro.
BCS event? December 20th. Gonna be there. Gonna be there. BCS, you gotta be here. See you later.
Tired of the silence? It's time to speak up. Too many are suffering quietly. It's time for a generation to rise and break the silence. Breaking Christian Silence. It isn't just a channel, it's a movement. And this December 20th, it's going live.
Where you guys going?
BCS Live!
Stop talking and let's go.
Bring your voice, bring your story. Let's break the silence together.
And we're back. We're back with another episode of Breaking Christian Silence. Real talk, real issues, real faith. But real talk meets real faith. And we back to the home of Breaking the Silence, one conversation at a time. We're your co-hosts. My name is Emmanuel Gerard. I'm here with my lovely wife,
Abigail.
Her voice is, it's getting there. It was a long day. We had a long day. Well, I had a long day. You had a long day?
I've been fighting with the migraine for a long time, so.
Yeah,
but we're here.
Yeah, we're here. I had a long day. I had an up and down day. My wife said that she hasn't been feeling well today, so it was a day. But we here, as always, guys. We always here every Tuesday. Or try to be.
Keep a commitment to you guys.
Yeah, we definitely want to try and be as religious and consistent as possible. And we do believe, like we said, that God is definitely in this. So we take it seriously. We take it as seriously as we can. So we're happy to be back. We hope that you're happy to have us back. We hope that you're happy to assist another episode of BCS. And guys, the days are counting down to our very first live event, December 20th. If you have not RSVP'd, please make sure that you RSVP. Please.
The questions are coming in?
No, somebody's just trolling right now.
Okay.
Please make sure that you RSVP, guys. RSVP. All right, December 20th. It's going to be a great day. We're going to get the word out there. BCS.
December 20th is always a great day.
December 20th is a great day. It's a great day. It's the day that my wife and I will never forget, obviously, for very obvious reasons. That is our lovely wedding anniversary. And people are still trolling. I don't understand.
You gotta put on Do Not Disturb at this point.
Yeah, because I don't understand why people feel the need to do this. It really doesn't make sense. I'm so confused. Why do people feel the need to, why do people feel the need to do this? All right, so remind me to block this number.
Who's that?
Let me check, because I'm about to block this number right now. Oh, that was the person that you were just texting for a good minute that's blowing up my phone. I'll block her soon. But nonetheless, we thank God that we're back. We thank God that we're back.
You cannot block her.
Watch me. I'm going to block her. We thank God that we're back. We thank God that we're here. So, again, December 20th, guys. December 20th. Make sure that you guys RSVP if you haven't already. Make sure that you RSVP. Please RSVP, guys. We're wanting to have a great turnout. I think up to now, we had, last I checked, I think we had about 75 people that RSVP'd.
So 75 more people.
Yeah, so it's not bad at all. 75 people, not too bad. So people know that's not the thing that makes December 20th famous. It's all right though. But,
I have an idea for December 20th, but I have to get approval from the higher ups first.
Okay.
I forgot to tell you, but I'm gonna tell you after.
But yeah, guys, we're making sure. We have about 70. I think it was 70 people last I checked. So which isn't bad, and obviously we got to count all the people that are clearly not going to RSVP. That are just going to show up. So that will be at least a good 10 to 20 people. So we're hoping we need 100 plus for sure. We need 100 plus for sure. Like my wife said, our goal is 150. So let's do our best, guys, to get to 150. Continue to get the word out there. Continue to get BCS's word out there. Continue to get the live event out there. And as you know, guys, make sure you buy your merch. Make sure you buy your merch. All right.
I'm wearing my husband's hoodie tonight, and it smells like him. You smell so dang good, baby.
We have to watch the language, man.
Dang?
Bro, there's kids watching. You never know. They misinterpret.
Oh. It's like dag, like dang. Okay. All right, I'm sorry.
But yeah, I'm not So I'm just wearing a normal hoodie today. I decided just to keep it.
Just says E.
Yeah.
That was a gift.
Just got my name here. But yeah, we're gonna please make sure you get your merch. But also one thing that we also want to announce, we officially have youth sizes.
Kids sizes.
I'm gonna say youth size on purpose because I know kids. Sometimes kids they think they put numbers into it like 2, 6, 7. We don't have that. We have youth sizes. So youth small, youth medium, youth large, only for the exclusive merch. Okay,
so that means it's gonna be expensive.
So yeah, so we have youth sizes for exclusive merch. All right? Exclusive merch. So keep that in mind, guys. If you guys need it, we have youth sizes. So, you know, the Jemicas of the world, the Beckys of the world, the Jalias of the world, that, you know, the Rachels of the world that can't fit adult size clothes. We have youth sizes for them.
Becky.
Yeah, it's a Becky. Oh. The you know, all the midgets of the world. So
Grace can get one for Azael.
Yeah.
Even though I don't want Azael going to school with that hoodie on, because that just sends the wrong message.
Why?
Because then, like, you know, I don't know.
I don't get it. But yeah, so.
Oh, he might be in New York. Merch for him.
Yeah, we have youth sizes, guys. So we officially have youth sizes. So again, now Becky and Jemica can buy one. Now Jalea can buy one. We have sizes for you guys. All right. Even Shakanya can get one now. We have sizes for you guys now. The sizes are available. All right. Youth small, youth medium, youth large. Unless you're, you know, I know some of the ladies nowadays, they like to wear oversized clothes. So if you like to wear,
like me and
if you like to wear oversized clothes, then I guess, you know, Becky can get an adult small. If she likes
like
to wear
your sister Esther.
Adult, you know, adult size clothes. We just want to let you guys know it's there. I know a lot of people have been asking. But again, it's only for the exclusive. So if you're looking at non-exclusive, I'm sorry. As of right now, only exclusive, we offer youth sizes. Right? Youth small, youth medium, youth large. Right? So we're letting you guys know it's there. Order. And just another reminder, guys, you guys have 10 days left to order merch at the current price. Once those 10 days are over,
it's over.
All prices will be going up, and you will see how much they go up when they do go up. Okay?
How many orders have we thus far? Do you know?
No, I don't remember.
Okay.
So just to give you guys that for you guys to know, and keep that in mind. Okay, keep that in mind. So make sure that you order. If you don't want to have the prices go up on you, don't say you weren't warned. Don't say you didn't know. We've been announcing it. We've been saying it. It's on the forms. Make sure you order in advance. All right, so that way you can get your merch at a cheaper price. Right. Okay. Inflation is real. Tariffs are real.
And
government shutdowns real.
Holiday season is real.
Holiday season is real. Everything's real right now. So, yeah. And again, remember, guys, all proceeds, please keep in mind, they go to the furtherance of BCS, as well as the building of our church, well, the new building for our church, Église Pentecôte de la Dernière Heure, Church of Pentecost of the Last Hour. So please keep that in mind. All proceeds go there. So don't think that we're going to eat your money. We're not doing that. We're not doing that at all. But all proceeds, that's where they go. So please help us out, guys. Help us out. All right? Will there be sales on holidays? Maybe next year. We'll think about that next year. We'll have, like 2% off, 3% off kind of sales for you guys. We'll think about it. 2%.
It's like I was showing you that coat that I want, and me thinking that brand has like holiday season.
Yeah, certain brands don't have holiday sales, man.
And we will be that brand.
But we do have a sale coming for Black Friday. All right, we have a sale coming for Black Friday. Buy 3 get 1 free. Buy 3 get 1 free. So.
Oh really?
No. Okay. But we have a sale. Buy 3 get 1 free. Black Friday into Cyber Monday. Buy 3 get 1 free. Buy 3 get 1 free. So we have that sale going on. So if for anyone that's interested, let us know. Buy 3 get 1 free. All right.
Let us pray.
Yeah, I think that's all. I'm trying to think if I had anything else. No, I can't. So, but make sure that you guys share the event with a friend, share with a coworker, share it with a cousin, and also share the live, guys. I also want to keep you guys, just let you guys know, we may not share the standings much anymore, but I'm still keeping count of people that invite, who gets invited, who doesn't get invited, who's getting the most people. That still is being counted. That is still being counted. And come December 20th, you'll see the winners. The winners will be announced. You'll see who won. You'll see your prizes and everything like that. So please keep it in mind to continue to share the channel. Remember, guys, we had a goal for this channel. I feel like we kind of slept on that goal. We don't really think about that goal anymore. We have a goal. I hope people remember the goal. I don't know if people do remember the goal, but I do hope people remember how many people, what our next goal was, what our next landmark was. And I do hope that as people start to buy merch and wear merch, that would also get the word out about breaking Christian silence. All right? One conversation at a time. So please make sure that you continue to share the channel, share the page, so that, we can definitely get to our goal of, yes, 1K. 1K, guys, 1K. All right? But yeah, for now, share the live. Let's get other people around so we can enjoy today's episode. Hopefully we have a bit more laughs and jokes, especially for those that say that, BCS is boring. I understand there's certain people, certain midgets, people that say that BCS is boring. So we have to make sure that, hopefully today we'll appease those people. So let's pray, and then we shall start. God, we thank you. We worship you. We honor you. We give you all the praise and the glory that you so rightfully deserve. We thank you for your grace and your mercy and your compassion. We thank you for your faithfulness and your love. We thank you, Lord God, for allowing us an opportunity once again to be here. And we ask you, oh God, that you take control, take first place as we were about to dive into another episode. God, just have your way. Cover us, protect us, be with us, and let your name be forever glorified. In your holy son's precious name we pray. Amen and amen and amen. So, as you guys know, every episode from now on, we're going to try and make sure that we have verse. That we're going to start with a verse every time. That kind of introduces the topic that we're going to speak on for today. As you guys already know, we've been looking at singleness, right? Looking at singleness, and we started looking at singleness for. We kind of dive. I don't want to say we left the relationship topic per se. We kind of did. But more so when we think about relationships, the preparation to the relationship is just as important as the relationship itself, if not more important. And that preparation is your season of being single, right? So we want to take a moment. So we decided to take a moment to really sit down and talk about that singleness season and different periods and points of that singleness season. So we are going to continue in that line, continue in that path, and we're going to continue talking about another aspect of being single. So for today, we're going to have two verses for today that we're going to find in Proverbs 27. We're going to read two verses from Proverbs 27.
Can I read them?
All right, go ahead.
Oh, I thought you were going to pull it up on the thing.
All right, go ahead. Proverbs 27. We're going to read Proverbs 27. So Again, we're just going to quickly read 2 verses from Proverbs 27. My wife decided that she wants to read the verses today, so I'll let her take it from here.
Are we going to read the first one, which was 9 or 19?
I texted you.
Yeah, I just don't know.
So, okay, so we're looking at Proverbs chapter 27, right? Proverbs chapter 27. Proverbs chapter 27. Please open it. We're going to quickly read Proverbs 27. Proverbs 27. Not the whole thing, but just 2 verses. Not the whole chapter, but 2 separate verses. We're going to read in Proverbs 27. The first one is going to be verse 9. Second one is going to be verse 17.
Okay. So, verse 9, Proverbs 27. Ointment and perfume delight the heart, and the sweetness of man's friend gives delight by hearty counsel. And
Can you
then,
read that one more time?
Ointment and perfume delight the heart, and the sweetness of a man's friend gives delight by hearty counsel. And then 17 is, I feel like that's the more recognized verse that everyone probably knows. As iron sharpens iron, so a man sharpens the countenance of his friend.
Okay, so again, we read Proverbs 27, verse 9, Proverbs 27, verse 17. Again, probably the latter verses that we probably know better, right? A lot of us have probably heard that verse as iron sharpens iron, so a man sharpens the countenance of his friend. I'm pretty sure that's a verse that we've all heard at least once. And then verse 9 that my wife just read, right? Primarily the second half. The sweetness of a man's friend gives delight, right? By hearty counsel. So, as you could probably get from the verse, what we're going to talk about right now, the next thing we're going to talk about is friendship. We're going to talk about friendship. So I usually like to start you guys off with food for thought. So we're going to start off with food for thought about friendship. Okay. A lot of times we all like to say that we have a man or a woman of your dream. Right? We have a man's, like, if you're a man, you have a woman of your dream. If you're a woman, you have a man of your dream. And those people have some characteristics, all that stuff. Now, I want to ask you a question. Can you genuinely look at yourself in a mirror and say to yourself that you are either the man or a woman? If you are a man, obviously you'll say for a man. If you're a woman, for a woman. Can you look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, I am the either man or woman of somebody else's dream? So, for example, if you are a man, can you tell yourself, I am the man of someone else's dream? If you are a woman, can you tell yourself, I am the woman of someone else's dream? Can you look at yourself comfortably? Because like I said, we all like to say that we have a man, you have a man of your dream, you have a woman of your dream, you have someone that would match your dream, the dream that you have. So now I want to ask you, do you feel like you can, the way you are, can someone dream about you and consider you the person of their dream? Can you see that for yourself? And again, that is your own food for thought before we start diving. It's going to relate, and you'll see why as we start to dive into friendship. But I want you to start with that in your mind. I want you to look at yourself, Think about yourself and ask yourself. You always say you have a man of your dream, a woman of your dream. If you're a man, you probably have, all these things. You have a shape requirement, a height requirement, a skin complexion requirement, a bra size requirement, a this requirement, that requirement. You have all types of requirements.
Did you have to say bra size?
Okay, not bra size. I apologize. Panty size, maybe. I don't know.
Babe.
You said not bra size.
I didn't expect you to say anything of those things.
Oh.
Like, you could just say you had a requirement.
We're breaking the silence.
Okay.
So,
can
you look at yourself and tell you, and again, sorry, you have all of these different requirements that you have for the person that you want to be with tomorrow. Mm-hmm. But the question is for yourself, can you look at yourself and say, I qualify to be someone else's dream?
Someone just asked me, can I be my own dream instead of someone else's?
It's not. We're not.
I know, but I mean that's a good like, because you're saying like I want to be someone else's dream.
Does that person have a person that they dream about?
No.
Then you don't have any aspirations to get married. Then clearly you don't care. This topic not for you.
Sheesh.
I'm not saying sheesh. I'm being honest. If you want to grow up and say that you never want to be with someone, then obviously you don't have a dream for someone. My question is for those that say that they have a dream man or future dream man or future dream woman. For those that say that, can you look at yourself and tell yourself, I am the dream for someone else?
Okay.
If you don't have a dream to ever get married, then I mean, who cares? You don't care. I mean, it sucks, but hey, it be life.
Okay.
But I'll let you kick this one off. I know you said you wanted to do. Today was a topic that you wanted to do. My wife was very excited to do friendships. She was very excited to do friendships today. So I do want to, if you want to kick it off, I have to do my little verse and then my little food for thought for everybody before we dive in, because I think that's important. I like to get people's mind thinking a little bit. But don't worry, we're not going to be as serious as we was last week. We're not going to be as boring as some people say we are. We're going to,
We're going to try to keep it lively.
We're going to try.
We got to get a live audience.
But anyway, I'll let you kick it off.
Okay, so every week Emmanuel comes up to me and asks me, babe, what do you want to talk about this week? And I'm like, since we're under a certain subject, I was thinking about friendships. Because I thought that, like, he has a list of, like, we have a notes that we share, and basically, like, in those notes, like, there's a list of things that we can talk about under the certain subtext. And I saw friendship, and it just basically popped out to me. Because I think that, like, I remember when I was younger, my mom would say that this generation does it six-pack. I guess that's what she wants.
This is why you need a live audience, because you get too easily distracted.
Sorry, baby.
That's why I need Benjamin.
Anyway, so I think that sometimes, don't do that. Don't do what you want to do. I think, really? So I think that sometimes people don't realize, like, how important it is for you to develop friendships, and how who you are as an individual can reflect in the friendships that you have. So a lot of the times people want to rush into a marriage. People want to rush into just having a significant other, being in a relationship, a romantic relationship, but don't take the time to curate their friendships. And a lot of the times, if you don't curate positive friendships and being able to have these certain skills and sharpen these skills in your friendships, then a lot of the times you seem to have fallen short in your romantic relationship. So a lot of the times you'll find yourself, especially for the folks that are married, because I don't want to like use this season of us talking about singleness to take out the people that are married that are watching us. A lot of the times the folks that are married, and I can say this for myself, you realize that for example, if you're having communication issues in your marriage and you feel like you are not communicating well, you start to realize like, okay, it's not just my husband that's telling me. It's not just my wife that's telling me that I have this communication issue. It's not them, but you see it in every aspect of your other relationships, like your friendships with your friends, your mom, your parents. Like you start to see it appear in so many aspects of your life that you have no idea. For example, for me, I had this bad habit where I always wanted to be right and I always wanted to end the conversation. And this is not something that Emmanuel just told me, but it comes across in every relationship that I had, every friendship that I've had. So a lot of the times people don't like to realize that your friendships, the people that you grow up with, the people that you bond with over time, these are the people that are helping build you as a person to be able to be compatible with your spouse. So as I was watching this YouTube video of this short, and this lady was saying how she got married at 23, and basically she got married very fast, and she got married within a year, and then she had to go to med school, and her husband was a civil engineer, and they faced about 5 to 6 years of infertility. They also faced alcoholism in their marriage, and all these sorts of things that they had to face so early on in their marriage. They finally had children. She finished med school. She's now in attending and everything like that. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that during that season, like during those seasons of her marriage, there are things that you face that you have to be able to be a specific person for your spouse. And I think that if you're not that person for your friends in the different seasons that they have in their life, it's going to be very hard for you to be that individual for someone that you deeply love. So that is kind of what I want to talk about today. I wanted to talk about friendships. I wanted to talk about how we are supposed to be catering to our friends. And I wanted to talk about proper communication skills. I wanted to talk about hard conversations that you need to have with your friends. Not being disrespectful to your friends, but more so like, hey, you see something that you realize that they may have an issue with, and how to properly have that conversation. And for the person that is on the other side of that table to properly receive critique. So these are certain things that I wanted to talk about with my husband. I don't know why he left me on the side by myself. But yeah, just share your thoughts in the chat. Let me know what you guys think about what we are trying to discuss today. Anyway, go ahead, baby.
Yeah. So relationships, friendships. I think she's calling you. But relationships, friendships, all that kind of stuff. Cool stuff. Self-awareness is key, I agree. feel like this is well needed. Great. Oh, snap. I'm surprised they said it was a great topic. I thought they said BCS was boring.
Yeah, facts. I thought BCS was boring.
It's alright. Yeah, so friendships. Let's talk about friendships. Let's talk a little bit about friendships. Yeah, I gotta leave my wife alone because I feel like I don't even get her attention on this beat on our podcast.
Okay. All right. Sorry, baby.
Yeah, I gotta leave her alone, bro. I don't even get her attention on the podcast. I'm right here. I'm over here.
I know, baby.
I'm over here.
Hi.
So friendships. Let's start with this. Number one, friendships are not a prerequisite for you to be in a relationship. Okay? What do I mean by that? I'm saying that I don't want somebody to sit there and be like, oh, I have no friends. So now for me to get in a relationship, I got to go out and make some friends so that I can be ready for a relationship.
No, that's not what we're trying to say.
We're not saying that.
Yeah.
Friendship is not a prerequisite for a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
However, a friendship can make you more aware of who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Such that when you do get into a relationship, certain things may not be as much of a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm over here.
Okay.
I'm over here.
They're sending me questions, and I don't know why they're sending me questions. Like, we don't have a...
Tell everybody to send the questions to the number. It's easier. Because we have a list of questions. It's much easier if you send all questions to one place. If we don't, then certain questions just won't get seen.
Yeah.
They're not going to get seen. If you have questions, send them to the number on the screen. Otherwise, I'm being honest,
Kevin.
they're probably not going to get seen because we have a list of questions as is already.
Because I was begging people all day to send me questions and scenarios.
If you don't send questions to the number on the screen, they probably will not be addressed. I'm just letting you guys know that.
Maybe next week.
Nah, it may not even be next week if it's a completely different topic. I'll be very honest with you.
Oh, dang. Okay.
So, but anyway, friendships again. We're not. I don't want anybody to walk away from here and be like, I have no friends, so that means I can't date. That's not true. Okay. You can be in a relationship without ever having a solid friendship before.
Mm-hmm.
However, the adjustment period into that new relationship will probably be rougher for you. It will be a bit more difficult because this will be your first time dealing with someone that doesn't have to put up with your nonsense.
And doesn't have the same views as you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's different. It's a different experience. And ultimately, even a relationship, the foundation of your relationship, one of the pillars of a relationship should be that you gather good friends.
Ooh, baby.
Right? So that means that friendship is still essential, even in a relationship. Mm-hmm. It's still during your relationship, before your relationship. Friendships, they have their place in your life.
Yeah.
Right?
You should be friends with your partner. I think that's like really important. Like, you guys should be friends. And I think I sent this video to Emmanuel a long time ago, and this guy asked this, like, I guess relationship expert, like, what is the most successful relationship you have ever seen? And they said companionate love. People that are like actually legit friends, they last longer than people are that just are like more romantic relationship, more like impulsive romances than companionate love.
Yeah, friendship is important. Mm-hmm. I do think friendship is important, and not just with your spouse, right? Friendships are important in general. At the end of the day, I like to tell people all the time, and I guess that's one of I'm not going to say delusion, but that's one of the things that I guess, my wife and I, when we first got married, we're like, we're just going to stick to ourselves and call it a day. Even when you get married, you still meet people. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously, you're wise about the people that you'll need, right? You don't just depend on anybody. But even when you get married, you still need people. That's not so. Marriage should never make you burn your bridges.
Yep.
Right? Marriage is not something that should burn your bridges. And I remember, like I told my wife this all the time. I remember I used to always push my wife to, keep your friends. Keep your friends. I don't want marriage to be the thing that makes you no longer have your friends. I don't want to, and I never want to have that burden on my head to feel like because you're with me, I'm making you lose it. I never want. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the reality is, if we're gonna be completely honest, is that once I got married to you and the person that you are, and the friends that I had, they don't want to be friends with me because of who I'm married to. Like, that's just the reality of what it is. I mean, that's just the reality. It's not like. Okay. How?
So, like I said, I never wanted that. I never wanted to, and that's why, I mean, day after day, I just want to always tell, keep telling my wife, keep, have your bonds, kill your bonds. There's nothing. I'm not that type of guy that is gonna say you can't do this. Can't. That's not me. I would always just tell my wife, for example, if you're going out, I have one request: bring me back home some food. That's it. I mean, she went out the other day. She brought me home no food, which I thought was messed up.
Because I don't think you would like that place.
I understand, but you could have brought me back some food though. Like, show that you're thinking about me, man. Like, Jesus Christ.
Sorry, baby.
It's all right though. I love you still. But
I was trying to make it home to you, but she was sleeping.
Babe, I fell asleep after you got in bed that day.
Really?
Yes.
I thought you were already asleep.
No. I saw you change. I saw you get undressed. I saw you go back into the shower. You said hi to me when you got inside. That was Thursday night. I remember, right after service. You said hi and everything. And then then you went to go take a shower. I was watching TV on my phone. So you came back. Once you came back, I turned it off. You came in the bed, you cuddled for a little bit, and then that was it.
Okay. I'm sorry.
It's all right. You made it up like 2 days ago.
Don't do that. Oh my God. You just be embarrassing me on the internet. Embarrassing me on the internet.
Babe. I don't know if it's the fact that we brought up the whole Polynesian sauce thing.
Okay, let's not talk about that. Anyway,
and then they decided that we're going to bring it back. I was like, yo.
We are not bringing that back up again.
What you mean? We brought it back 2 days ago.
No, we're not bringing it back up on the podcast, babe.
I think the most disturbing part was because, like, we was doing our thing, and then Yvonne started ringing the doorbell while we doing our thing because she want food, which I think was nasty. You know what? That was like, imagine ringing a bell while you like, bro. Yo, imagine you mid-stroke and then the doorbell ringing, bro. Yvonne just ringing the doorbell like crazy. But yeah. So to go all the way back, we again,
focus.
Friendship, we find friendship to be important. I think friends are important. But again, I think the biggest thing I could say about friendship is going to expose you for who you are. The biggest thing about, and I'm going to say a true friendship, okay? True friendship. One of the things I could say, I'm very jealous about when it comes to my dad. I feel like he really kept his friends from young. Like, to this day, when I see my dad all the time, all the friends that he had from young, he's kept up till now.
And I think that's what my mom was saying. Like, our generation doesn't know how.
Yeah, our generation doesn't know how to keep friends. We don't like. It's rare that you find someone stay friends for like 5-10 years. Like, that's not really something that's as common anymore. For the most part now, it's like, and people stop being friends for the pettiest things.
Yeah. The
smallest things. Like, true friendship doesn't exist.
Right.
Like, I always tell myself, I'm like, I do wish sometimes I had a bit more. I mean, the few that I have now, I'm happy with. But I do wish sometimes, I had that brotherhood growing up. I had, but hey, toutes choses qu'on bien pour ceux qui aiment dire. But anyway, friendships will expose you. They will expose you. And the biggest thing that they will expose about you, I can say, is you seeing who other people see you as. Right? Like I said, when you're home, your parents raised you. Okay? Your siblings grew up with you. Right? You guys got used to each other. Whether that means that you guys tolerate each other, whether that means that you guys just deal with each other, whether that means that you guys are actually truly connected, but there is a level that, you know, you've been there forever. Whereas when it comes to you as kids, when it comes to you with somebody else, now it's a whole different story.
It's kind of like, I want to give an example that's like funny. It's kind of like growing up, you may think that your mom she makes the best food. Like, her food is so good. But that's the only food that you know. But then when you go outside and you realize, dang, my mother's food is trash. It's kind of like that. It's like your perspective is only one way because that's what you experience. But then when you start going into the world and having different experiences, then you start to realize, oh shoot, my reality is not everyone's reality.
Yeah.
Like, I've experienced that now because, like, I have a coworker that I'm cool with, and we are two different people from two different walks of life, from two different backgrounds. So there's a lot of times where I'm just like, we see our perspective of life is different. But you need that. You need those kind of relationships to be able to function in the world. I think they are important. I think they're important to be able to see life with multiple views. Perspective, yes. Like, for example, one of the reasons why I love to travel so much is because I get to see the world in different places. And it sounds so stupid what I'm about to say, but it's like when I go to a place like Bali, right? And this is not a flex, but when I go to a place like Bali and I'm looking at the people and I'm like, wow, we are not the only people in this world. There are other people living life just like us.
No.
And I think it makes you feel so much smaller than who you really are, because you think that you have such this big presence in the world, but in fact, you're just a small spectacle about the entirety of this world. And I think that that's kind of the point of having friendships, because when you get into a relationship, you are going to be romantically involved with someone that has a completely different perspective of the world than you do. Like, I grew up completely different from Emmanuel. Yes, we grew up in the same, I guess what you would say, community, but religious community. Religious community.
Yeah.
But outside of that, we were two different individuals.
Still are.
So, yeah. Like, I think you're coming out of your shell now. Like, I think you're more, like, it's funny because I feel like you're more social than I am. But.
What?
Yeah, babe.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No.
You think I'm still more social?
Yes, by far. The only reason you say that is because where we go, you just prefer not to socialize.
Okay.
But if we didn't, okay, so for example, when we went out on Saturday, I wasn't the social one.
Okay.
Right? You're saying that just because where we usually spend most of our time, you prefer to just stick to your mom, and I would actually, walk around and talk to people. So that's the only reason you feel like, nah, man, I'm not taking that. I'm sorry. Yeah, you got that one. Yeah, I will never be more social than you. And I'm not looking to be more social than you either.
I'm such a conversationalist. I love to have conversations with people.
Yeah,
I love to ask them, like, what do you do? Like, I love that type of stuff. Anyway, because I just be nosy. I just be wanting to know what people do for a living. Because I just feel like it goes so super well nosy with the person's personality, and you get to know the person for who they really are. Anyway, that's a tangent. But I feel like even when we have children, our children are going to be the combination of us both. It's going to be funny to see because I'm such a, like, out there person, and Emmanuel's so like introverted. So it's gonna be funny to see. But honestly, like, I had to come into his world, and he had to come into mine. You know what I mean? And I think that's what we're trying to tell you. Why friendships are so important, because you have that perspective of seeing friendships in different lens with different people. So that's why it's kind of good to even have friends outside of your race. Like, I really feel like that's like, you know, get to know people professionally, get to know people outside of what your normal community is. Like, I think all of those things are so important to know, because then it forces you to get out of your comfort zone. Because then when you get into a relationship and you are questioned about your comfort zone, it becomes a little bit more difficult if you've never had that experience before. You know?
Yeah, I do feel like, yeah, I mean, friends are, and I guess you're going to get two different perspectives when we're talking about this, because I didn't grow up with friends personally. My wife did. I didn't. So you would get two different perspectives from us in a sense. Because I didn't have friends. I feel like I grew up, anyone that I had that I considered a friend left eventually, and at the time I was just kind of like, I mean, yeah, it hurt, and eventually made me give up on the idea of friends. But I do feel like when I look back on my 4 years married, 7 years dating, I can honestly say that a lot would have been different had I would have had a bit more exposure to building bonds with different people. And also just bonds also with the opposite sex. The reason I say that is because when you get married, obviously you marry, I'm a man, I marry a woman.
That's not always the case now.
Anyway, I'm a man, I marry a woman, so I'm dealing with a woman, right? And that is not like dealing with a man. Like dealing with another guy friend, it's not the same.
You don't feel like growing up in a household, and this may be another tangent for something completely different, but you don't feel like growing up in a household with majority women helped you in your relationship?
I feel like it helped me to know how to coexist with women, yes. Did I feel like it helped me to understand the woman mind? Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Because girl math does not make sense to you.
Woman's intuition makes no sense. Woman logic make no sense. No, none of that makes sense, bro. Sorry. Woman's math, no. All that make no sense.
Girl math does not make sense to you.
Not at all. And it never will. Like, that's one class, guys, as men.
You're going to fail every time.
You're going to fail every time, man. Woman logic make no sense. Woman logic make no sense. Woman intuition makes no sense. All that make no sense. Makes no sense. But nonetheless, okay. I will say that again. So even, and I know this is hard just because, especially for those that are Haitian, people do not believe that people of the opposite sex can be friends. But I will say it has its perks in a sense. Like, you do get an idea, you do get exposed to the opposite sex, you get a gist.
But okay, I'll let you talk. Go ahead, because I don't want to ask you a question again. That's fine.
No, go ahead.
I can see both sides of the fence when it comes to people having opposite sex friends, because you always tell me like there is a slight chance that there's a guy or the girl ends up having feelings for this person, and that's why.
Well, I never dismissed. I've never said that it. Okay.
It's a possibility.
I'll never say. Basically, what I'm saying is I'm not as gun-ho as people that like to say that it's impossible. Is my point. I don't believe it's impossible. Okay. I do believe that a guy and a girl can be friends.
Okay.
Do I believe that can always be the case? Absolutely not. I do believe that there can be cases where one may eventually develop feelings for the next, which is possible. It's all doable.
How high is that percentage?
I have no idea. I don't think I'm in a position to say.
Okay.
Yeah, just no. I'm not even going to.
Do you guys believe in platonic relationships? Platonic friendships? Do you guys let us know in the comments? Like, how do you guys feel about platonic friendships?
Yeah, I think it's doable. But like again, I do think that
80%, 89%. Okay.
I do believe that it's doable, but I will say that there's always a chance that it can go left. I don't think that's outlandish.
90%. Jamaica, you believe in platonic relationships, friendships?
I'm gonna keep this up about Fekon. But nonetheless, I do. Again, friendships are important. Like I said, number one, I do feel like it exposes you for you, and it makes you come to face with how people see you, how people view you. Because, like I said, remember something. Even when you are being raised, you're being raised by your parents' ideologies.
Yep.
You're being raised by your parents' philosophies. You're being raised by your parents' beliefs.
Right.
And I'm going to be very honest with you. Your spouse is not guaranteed to share your parents' beliefs. They're not guaranteed to share your parents' ideologies. They're not guaranteed to share what your parents think. And when that happens, what are you going to do?
Right.
Like, you can't sit here and say, well, this is how I was raised. Deal with it. If that's the way you're going to react, then you can stay single. Right? Because you will never have a successful not even a relationship, a successful friendship that way. Right? Unless it's a very surface level friendship.
Right.
Right? Surface level friendships, I mean, personally, I don't even like to call them friendships, but because we live in a time where
everyone calls everyone friends.
I met this person and they said my name, I just let it be. No, I was sorry. That was not sorry, guys. No, that was not. Yeah, considering that we live in a time where people like to believe that everyone and everything can be friends, that's why I'm going to say that. But I don't personally believe that surface level friendships are friendships. I don't believe that. But nonetheless, assuming that you have a legit friendship, like where you guys are two people with a good bond.
Yeah.
Right? You're going to be exposed for who you are. You're going to notice the things that someone doesn't like about you.
Right.
You're going to notice the things that someone thinks about you is just not great.
Right.
For example, you can have a type of bond with your parent where you guys have a way that you interact. That doesn't mean that your spouse will be the same. That doesn't mean that somebody else will appreciate that as well. That doesn't mean, for example, if you are with somebody, if you're in your house, for example, let's say, please, this is an example. Let's say that in your household, for example, people are okay with waking up and you guys can go 3 days without interacting. Some households may be like that. And then you marry somebody and then you get with somebody who's very clingy. They like to be clingy. Neither is wrong. Right? Neither is wrong. One, you're just have certain things that you're used to, but neither is wrong. Right? But you have to ask yourself, are you willing to see the other side? Are you willing to come to a common ground? Right? For example, one of the things, and I'll say like an example from my wife and I, right? As you guys can see, my wife is more outgoing than I am. When we first
they can't see that.
Well, of course they can.
Not on the YouTube.
They all right, I'll let it be. So I remember when we first got together, my wife, very talkative. Right? I'm not. So there'll be times, for example, because she is talkative and she's used to always being talkative, and I realized this when I started to go to her house and saw her interaction with her mother and her brother. They love to talk. They love to talk. I was never like that. I am somebody, I can go 3 days without talking to a human being and I'll be just fine. Right?
It's not normal.
For my wife, it's not normal to go 3 minutes without talking to a human being. Right? So I remember at the very beginning, there were times we would get into rooms together and she would just talk. And I wouldn't say a peep.
And I would take over the conversation. Like, take over the whole entire room. And you'll just be like...
I'll just sit there and I'll just be like... Until one day my wife started to reel back in and realize and be like, hold up, this doesn't seem right.
Mm-hmm.
So there would be times, for example, now, like we'd get into a car and she wouldn't talk. Because I have no problem being in a car that's quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Just my music is on and that's it. And I'm just fine being quiet, no issues. My wife, on the other hand, I'm not going to lie. It's like, it just doesn't feel right. And that's not just my wife. I'm not going to lie. Like her cousin, like, I love you, bro. I do. But Benjamin's like the exact same way.
He talks a lot? You think so? I don't think so. I feel like he has times where he's quiet.
No. The thing with Benjamin doesn't like awkward silence.
Oh, yeah.
He does not like awkward silence. So he's the type, like, he won't just sit down and, like, it just be silent. No, he'll feel like he has, bring up a conversation, start something like that. But if it's, like, just awkward silence, he doesn't like that. Not at all.
It's funny because we're all, like, raised together.
So it's like you have to understand that when you get out of your shell and when you get into a friendship, there's no longer it's not black and white. It's not a matter of right and wrong. It's a matter of, can you adjust to someone else? Because a lot of times we like to think because we were raised a specific way, the way that we were raised is correct.
Right.
Everything that we know is right. And if somebody else does something else, it's wrong.
Right.
That's not the way life works. That's not the way relationships works. That's not the way bonds work. And like I said, you will only start to realize that when you're friends with someone. And I'm going to go a step further. I remember my wife and I, again, another conversation that we had. And I remember I told my wife, I'm like, go out, just be friends with other people. And, one of the things my wife would always rebuttal is be like, well, I don't feel like I can sometimes it's hard for her to feel like she can be bonds with someone if she feels like there's no give and take per se, right? Where it's like both parties can give and both parties can take. And I remember, that was always a point that we always used to go back and forth because I used to tell her, I'm like, you can learn a lot from different types of bonds. Like, for example, as a leader, I mentor a lot of people. And I'll honestly, openly say that me mentoring people has definitely helped me in my relationship. Right? Why do I say that? One reason I could say that, for example, is because as part of mentoring, you have to be willing to understand someone. And that's a skill that I had to just get over time. Be willing to understand. Like, don't listen with your preconceived set of notions. Listen with listen understanding that you and that person, you guys aren't programmed the same. And I feel like a lot of times that's something that people fail to do. You listen from your perspective.
Right.
You don't listen with the understanding that you and that person that's talking, you guys don't believe the same things.
Just because you guys speak the same language, it's not, you guys are not exhibiting the same things, expressing the same things.
Like, for example, my wife can tell me that she's going through something. And I can look at it from my perspective and say to myself, you know what?
She's being
dramatic. I don't even see why that's a big deal. But I can't do that. I have to be willing to say, you know what? What may not be a big deal for me is clearly a big deal for her. Let me now try to understand. And this is why, for example, anyone that gets to know me knows I ask 1,000,001 questions. I ask 1,000,001 questions. The reason why is because I need to be able to understand you. And if I don't understand you, I'm not going to understand anything that you're saying. Like, I'm not going to be able to understand. When I say I'm not going to understand what you're saying, I'm not going to understand the why behind what you're saying.
Yeah. He's going to ask you the 5 whys, the what, the where, the why.
I need to know. Like, if you tell me.
The H, the how.
If you tell me this is bothering you, I need to understand, okay, why is this bothering you?
Yeah.
Where does it come from? What does it stem from? Why does it affect you? I'm going to ask you questions because I've come to understand that I just don't think the same as someone else, right? But friendships are the only things that can make you really force you to do that. Friendships are the only thing that can force you to understand what the word empathy means.
Yes.
Friendship is the only thing that can force you to understand no, not the only thing, but friendship is a big thing that can help you understand what emotional intelligence means.
Woo.
Right? Friendship is one of the things that can help you with that. Again, I'm not going to say it's going to do everything for you, but it helps you.
Yep.
And a lot of times I feel like and again, I personally feel like I like to sit back And yeah, anyone that knows me knows I will ask you a million questions. I will sit there and be like, tell me, I'm listening. I want to understand. Before I sit here and say a peep, I want to understand everything. And that's why I always tell people, you can't be too emotional when you're having discussions.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, once you are emotionally driven, because think about the word, for example, emotions. When you're emotionally driven, that's your own emotions, not the person's emotions anymore. So when you are emotionally driven, everything that you're doing is based on your own emotions.
Right.
And if everything that you're doing is based on your own emotions, that other person's emotions no longer count in your head.
Right.
You don't even realize that you ignore them. You don't even realize that you pay no mind to them. You don't even realize that they mean nothing to you. Now you're just sitting here being like, why don't you understand me? Why are you not getting me? This, that, and the other thing. Sometimes it's not a matter of the person getting you. Sometimes it's a matter of you understanding that you are not the only thing that exists. Sometimes it's not a matter of why don't you get me? But sometimes you have to ask yourself, am I gettable? Like, have you ever sat down to ask yourself that? You always sitting here.
Yeah, he does that. He tends to talk really fast when he's like into it.
The person that's really sitting, like you sitting here telling, you don't get me. Are you a gettable person? Are you an understandable person? Are you someone that can articulate your words? Which is why one of the things that we'll eventually talk about when it comes to singleness is education. Because people really think that education doesn't influence your relationships. That's crazy. Because if you cannot articulate a phrase, a sentence, if you cannot put 3-4 words together, how do you expect anyone to ever be able to understand you?
I feel like if people were to listen to an argument or a disagreement that we have, they would think that we're two attorneys going back and forth. Because the way we come and try to present a case, it's like, it actually sounds very crazy. It sounds very crazy. Like, it sounds way too. I want to emphasize one thing and one thing only that you have said thus far that people may not understand, because even in my job, in my profession, that I've seen that people lack, emotional intelligence is so underrated.
Don't go too deep in that yet. We'll have an episode about emotional intelligence. We can't go in deep into that yet. But it's important, guys. And I feel like ultimately we really have to sit back and understand, like I said, there are certain things you're not going to get from the people that you live with.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You're not going to get it. You're only going to get it from someone that doesn't know you. Someone that wasn't raised with you. Someone that doesn't share the same beliefs as you. And I'm going to take you one step further. You think when I say doesn't share the same beliefs as you, it means that you guys didn't grow up in the same church?
Yeah.
You guys could grow up in the same church and still have two completely different mindsets.
Right.
You guys may believe that God exists, but you guys may not believe in the way that God works in your life. Right? Because a lot of times I tell people all the time, you believe according to the testimony that you have. Right? David refers to God as a good shepherd. Right? The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He leads me to lie down by the green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. Right? Why can David say that? David can say that because what was his first job? He tended to the flock. That's what he did. He knew what it meant. So he learned God to be the good shepherd. You learn God according to to who you are, right? And this is why, for example, you have to understand it's not easy. Even if you guys believe the same faith, doesn't mean that you're compatible.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that. It doesn't, just because we believe the same, it doesn't mean that we can everything's together. And I remember there was a video that my wife shared yesterday, and I told her I 100% agree with her. And I'm going to tell you guys this now because I do believe it's very important. Compatibility is not the most important thing in a relationship. A lot of people like to believe that if I'm not compatible with you, that means that we can't work this out. That's wrong.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say that's wrong because when I was on the dating side of the fence, on the single side of the fence, I used to think that was the case. that compatibility matters to the highest degree. It's not compatibility that matters. It's your willingness to be able to be compatible with somebody else that matters. That's what matters the most.
Right.
Are you willing to be able to be compatible with somebody else?
Are you willing
That's
to
what matters.
enter into their world?
Yes. Are you willing to say that the sun does not rise and set on you?
That ego.
It means a lot.
Man. I feel like we keep going back to that selfishness, that ego, that pride that people just walk around with, thinking that the world really revolves around them is like,
Well, don't revolve around you,
man, you will find yourself alone if you continue to believe that. You will find yourself in places that you never thought existed if you continue to believe that the world revolves around you. Like, it does not. Like, you think that pride, you don't have that grace for others, that empathy for others. You are going to find yourself ending up people not liking you and people just not relating to you, and you just find yourself like, you think that people like you and they actually really don't like you because you're just not, like, it just goes back to like the core of who you are, and you're just not a good person. Like, I literally like, so as much as you know, I think that one of the things that I found when I got into a relationship with Emmanuel is that he challenged me to be the best person that I could be. There are times and instances where he's expressed things to me about myself that were hurtful, but as much as I wanted to rebuttal those things.
Christ.
Oh.
No, not you. Sorry. We got 5 million questions. I don't see one
okay.
through all this.
As I guess we gotta stop this segment.
We have so many questions.
As much as he wanted to, I wanted to rebuttal him, I had to like just be understanding of those things. So, man, if I can end this little tidbit, end this little segment so we can answer some questions, leave that ego, that pride, that selfishness. I don't know how many times I have to say it. It is so important to be able to be selfless in this world and have empathy and have grace on others. Because if you don't have those things, they're going to show its rear end onto you. Like, there are times, being Emmanuel's wife, because he is a pastor and he's a youth leader, I have to learn how to be selfless. There are times where I just want him, because I'm a very territorial person.
What a car.
I am. I like what's mine.
Oh, we know. We know. Trust me, we know.
But I had to learn.
That was a point of contention at the very beginning.
Yeah, it was. Because I think it's because of the way I was raised that it's like I really wanted something for myself.
You know what's funny? You know what? But,
don't do that.
No. I'm not trying to get ruffle any feathers. I don't want anybody getting mad at me, so I'm gonna leave that. Never mind.
Can you tell me later what you were gonna say?
Yeah.
Okay. I really wanted something for myself, and honestly, I had to learn how to become selfless because I was like, you know what? Other people need him. Like, other people require his attention. Other people, like, as much as I see him texting other people, calling other people, talking to other people, like, coming out of our time and all that stuff like that, like, I had to be okay with those things.
But at the same time, I do want to make one thing clear. While she is saying that, that's not a excuse for me to abuse that. Right? So one thing I know that my wife and I, we've started to do, we've started to try to be more intentional about our time together. So, like, for example, I tell her whenever my wife's around, I keep my phone down. I'm not on my phone, and I just focus on her. Right? Whenever we're together, I focus on her. Because at the end of the day, Unless it's urgent, obviously. If it's urgent,
like
that's different.
For example, we were watching a TV show on Sunday, and like we were eating, and
No,
and
quita esa.
Okay.
Because you will expose me. And then the next thing I know, I get text be like, oh,
Okay.
so
All right. I'm sorry, baby.
So, no. So, I really want to, like, the reason I say that is because I don't want anybody to get the impression that, okay, let me put it this way. Being mendable doesn't mean to lose yourself. Okay? Because as much as we want to talk about, obviously you shouldn't have ego, you should be able to bend, be able to be flexible. At no point does that mean that you should ever lose who you are. Okay? I want that to be clear. So the reason I say that, like, for example, even though my wife says that she gets used to the fact that, yes, I deal with other people, I talk to other people, I interact with other people, she still has a right to put her foot down at one point. To be like, all right, this is too much. Right? And that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I want to say that's okay is because at the end of the day, family comes first.
Mm-hmm.
Right? She has the right to tell me, and we've had those conversations before, where she'll tell me, she'll be like, listen, I feel like it's going too far.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you need to remind yourself, as much as you are in ministry, your house is still your first ministry. At times, and that's why I guess it was a very big learning curve, adjustment curve for us. On my part, I want to say adjusting to understand what it means to balance the two. On my wife's side, understanding what it means to balance the two, essentially.
I feel like because I gave so much of that growing up that I didn't want to sacrifice that when I got older. It's not like I wasn't capable of doing it. It's just because I was like, I've already experienced that and I don't want to experience it anymore. I think that's the reason why I felt the way I felt.
Wataka. So, right, what happened was...
My mom is an amazing woman. She is a minister woman. We've had people come into our house at 3 o'clock in the morning that she has to pray for. Like, I've experienced all of those things. And I'm not saying that, like, those things make me hate the fact that she was those things made me hate the fact of ministry. It just made me aware of, how involved ministry can get into your marital home. And honestly, like, that was one of the contentions for me of getting married to Emmanuel, because I didn't want my kids to experience that. Like, I understand how, like, I see how busy Emmanuel is now, like, with the podcast and the church and the youth ministry and all these things. I understand it and I respect it and I love him for those things. But I grew up with that. So I understood, like, people knocking on my mother's door at 3 o'clock in the morning asking for prayer. Like, not just calling, knocking on her door. Like, I remember those days. And I can also say to you, if it wasn't for those days that my mom was faithful unto God, I wouldn't be where I am today. My brother wouldn't be where he is today. So we respect that about that. But at one point we were like, I don't know if we want that for the rest of our lives. And, you make plans and God laughs.
No, I mean, I guess that was always one thing I found funny when we first got together. I remember when we first got together, in my head, I'm like, all right, I'm with someone that grew up with someone in ministry, so that person will understand me. And then I realized it was more so, this person just doesn't want to be with me, not because of me,
yeah,
but because of, she's like, I don't want to relive the first 20 years of my life for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So
it was
like
cool
I said,
and all, but I don't want to do this again.
Yeah, so like I said, it was a balance that we had to tread. And we're still working on it. I'm not going to pretend like we're perfect. We still work on it. But it's one thing that, we try and implement things for ourselves. Like, for example, when my wife is home on weekends, I try to make sure that I don't stay out, even if I go to temple, I don't stay out in the temple long. I don't talk to people long. Once I do what I got to do, I come home. Sunday is church. come home, so that I could spend time. We could spend time together. So we say this to say that I don't want anybody to believe that in any bond that you have to bend 100%. That's not true. As far as I'm concerned, you guys both have to bend, and if you guys both bend enough, you guys will meet each other in the middle without either completely losing themselves. Right? And I feel like that's a balance that takes time to strike.
Right.
And that's why I said the most important thing about you being about a relationship is, are you willing to be are you willing to work to be compatible with someone?
Right.
That's what matters most. Right? Are you willing for that? Is that okay? Is that something that you're okay with? And like I said, this is why we had this question a long time ago. Which one's more important? Do you love who you marry? You marry who you love. Right? It's important that you know every day you have to intentionally make the choice to love someone. And like I said, our love for each other is what allows us to want to make this work. Right? And it makes us it makes us have those tough conversations.
It goes back to what we said before. Our first advice that we got prior to us getting married was adjustment.
You know, my wife, like I said, it's adjustment. My wife will tell me, listen, I do feel like you are too involved with the youth right now, that there has to be a time for me. And I hear her out, you know. It's my job to
I don't be saying that all the time now. Like, I don't.
No. I don't want you. No, she doesn't say it all the time. I don't want to. I know. I don't want to say that. No, she doesn't say it all the time.
I barely be saying it.
No,
she doesn't.
She doesn't say it all the time. And quite frankly, she doesn't have to. I could pick up on it. It's not that hard. But it's something that we've spoken about. You know, and that's why something. I don't know. I gotten better. Yeah.
I feel like you have.
Okay, good. She feel like I have. That doesn't mean I have, but she feels like I have. So I don't know if that's good.
You're being. I don't know if you want me to say this on the camera, but like, I feel like.
If it's gonna be something controversial, then you know.
No, it's not. I feel like. All right, there was a point where I felt like.
No.
Babe, you don't even know what I'm about to say.
No, I have a feeling what you're about to say, so I don't. No, Mogo Santilo. Mogo Santilo. Mogo Santilo. Mogo Santilo. Mogo Santilo.
Okay, so they're like. Okay, I'm trying to find my words so that it could be appropriate for the podcast.
No, we'll revisit and then we'll talk about it next week.
Then it's not going to be authentic.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm not trying to make it you like.
I'm not trying to make you look bad. I promise.
I don't believe you.
Honest to God, I'm really about to give you a really good compliment right now, and you just holding me back, sir. There
are all forms of compliments in this world.
I'm telling you, this is a great compliment.
Okay, go ahead. Depuis où on fait ça, on met tout campé.
So, I think there was a time in our relationship where I felt like I wanted to be like, I feel like when you get married, there's a point where it's like the fire is still there, but it needs to be inflamed a little bit more. Like, it needs to be sharpened. Reignited.
Yeah.
So I think that like I don't know if it's like, and like, I think we talked about this before, but I don't know if it's like social media that plays a part, but I kind of wanted to be chased a little bit. Like, I love that romantical chase. And I felt like that was like when we first started dating and like engagement, that was the thing. But like when we first got married, there was a lot of things that we had to go through in the beginning of our marriage. Like, you know, me being in school and like Emmanuel being in school and us just going through an adjustment period, which we still are going through. I feel like we'll be going through it for the foreseeable future. However, I do feel like you have taken the greatest initiative to reignite that fire. Like, in terms of, like, I send Emmanuel ideas for date nights, but I feel like when we first started dating, like, it was always a surprise factor all the time. Like, and I love that. As much as I don't really care for surprises, but it was just like, I don't know, like, I was always excited to go out on date nights. Like, I loved gifts, so it was like always, there was always a gift, you know, your girl loved me a gift. Those things were like always there. And like, I felt like there was a time where it was happening, but not as often as I would like. And I love now that, like, now it's like, okay. Like, the last place we went to for our date night, I was like, wow, you are actually, he's initiating date nights. He's making it a plan. Like, he's, okay, baby, he sees my schedule. He's like, all right, we're going to go this place. I'll let you know the day of. Like, I'm looking online to see what outfits I'm going to wear. Like, I get excited about those things. So, yeah, that's the compliment I wanted to give you. Is that...
Wataka.
Okay, you don't have anything to say to that?
Wait, man, Papa.
Okay.
Thunder.
I'm just telling you, like, I feel like you're doing a really good job at that. Like, you're really out here you be sending me nice text messages, like, in the morning. I love that. Like, I'm appreciative of these things. So it's like, I love when it's like, I don't have to send you ideas for a date night. You already know, you have this planned, like, you know what I mean? And I just find that to be so sexy. So I'm just happy.
That's what I'll say there was definitely a spell that, things were down a little bit. Things were definitely down for a little bit. Number of different factors. But hey, I mean, and that's why I tell my wife all the time, I want to make this work. I want to make us work. And I'm willing to do whatever that takes to make us work. I love to see my wife happy. I love to see her smile. And besides her, I got to pick my words carefully. As a matter of fact, let me just be safe. So someone named Sergio always told me, if I ever see a day where Abby's not smiling, I'm going to blame you. I'm like, I respect it.
Because I laugh a lot.
Oh, she does. So I really try. It was an adjustment. Like, it took time for us to really to settle in. There was some on times, off times, up periods, down periods. But the same way, like, I always tell my wife, I always want her to feel seen by me, wherever I am, wherever we are. Like,
I feel like now you be doing a little too much, but it's okay.
You can't win, guys. You can't win. You don't do enough, they get upset. You do too much, they get upset. Like, it don't make sense. You can't win. That's why I said women logic make no sense.
It needs to be like a happy medium, baby.
What did I do that was too much?
I don't really like when you say my name in public. I really don't. Because I'm a shy person. I'm shy, babe.
Why? Because Sunday you were at the store and then you just see a bunch of people running up to you and being like, "Come back."
Those things make me nervous. Or you preaching.
You thought there was a fire?
You're preaching and then you just randomly talk about me. Like,
I can't do that much anymore because every time I do, your mother distracts me and I can't. And I feel like I get disconnected.
What does she be saying?
We'll talk about it after.
Okay.
I get disconnected every time. So it's like,
like, I'm not really crazy about that. Like, I know certain women would be like, oh my God, he's talking about me in his sermon. I don't know. Like, every time you say something about me, I'm like, oh my God, everyone's looking at me. This makes me feel like I want to just crawl in the shell.
But I definitely think we're gonna it's already 9:00, so we gotta start.
Questions.
So I think we'll probably have a part 2 of our friendships next week because we don't have we have to get through a lot of questions, a whole lot of Jesus Christ, oh my God, oh jeez, okay. So let me start on IG because Athara was nice enough to put a thing up on IG, but she forced people to ask questions on IG, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. But let me
Simple Love probably loves when you talk about me in your sermons.
Of course, that's the only time people start listening.
That's not true, baby.
Okay. I'm gonna pick some of these because some of these questions, honestly, they look like they were generated on ChatGPT. So I'm gonna.
Sheesh.
No, they really do. So I'm gonna take the ones that actually look legit. There was one. Like, do you see all these questions?
Dang.
That's just on IG alone.
Okay, now I see your point.
There's a lot.
All right, you gotta have to skim through, baby. This is why we need Benjamin, our manager.
Let me see. Oh, okay. Here's a question. Is it wrong to date just to learn what you like, even if you're not ready to marry yet? Is it wrong?
I don't think it's right to date without intention.
Is it wrong? Let me just repeat the question if anybody missed it. Is it wrong to date just to learn what you like, even if you're not ready to get married yet? What say you?
I don't think it's right to date without intention.
100% agree.
So I don't.
It's very simple.
Yeah.
No, but I do want to. Okay, so I want to be clear.
At that point, you just be friends with someone. You don't have to date them.
I want to be clear. Here's an analogy I give to people, and you probably heard this analogy before. I've heard it a long time ago, and it's always stuck with me. People like to say that, in order to learn what you like, you have to play the field, you have to talk to people, you have to hang out with people, you got to go on dates, you got to play the field, all that stuff. You got to test drive, yada, yada. Let me ask you guys a question. For those that believe that playing the field and test driving is important, how long, the last car that you got that you test drove, how long did you have it for?
Compared to the time that you had to test drive.
No,
which
just
is like
any
20 minutes.
No, any car that you've had, that you've test driven, how long do you usually have it for?
Well, my current car I've had for, it's about to be 2 years.
Right? Let's say average, maybe 6-7 years. Average. Let me ask you a question. You don't realize that even though you test drive a car, you end up changing that car down the line anyway? You don't realize that even though you test drove this car after 5-10 years, and you don't realize that when you test drive the car, the time that you test drive it, that's when it's at its peak? But from the moment you drive that car off the lot, that car is no longer the same. Mileage, wear and tear, it's no longer the same car as what you first test drove. It's the same thing about when you talking about test driving when it comes to getting with somebody or dating someone. Dating someone is not going to teach you who you're compatible with. Because when you're at the time of just hanging out with people, talking to people, you're just getting to know the person that you didn't yet piss off. You're getting to know the person that you guys are yet to have an argument with.
Right.
Because it's a whole different story. The tightest bonds are those bonds that are able to walk through the fire and still come out on the other side.
Period.
Those are the real bonds. The real bonds are the ones when you can have an argument with someone, but you're not afraid that that relationship is going to end just because of an argument. The real bonds are the ones that were molded by fire. The ones that you guys walk through it. And please understand, there's nothing wrong with having arguments even with a friend. Like, I know people like to believe that even because you're just friends, being friends shouldn't be hard. I don't completely agree with that. I don't. I don't completely agree with that.
I don't think that's your friend if you guys haven't had an argument.
Yeah, like if you guys are, like if you're telling me that you are friends with someone and y'all never had an argument, y'all not friends. Like that's weird. That like no part of that makes sense. So ultimately,
I be scared of the couples that say they don't argue.
Bro, those are the worst. Like, like my wife and I,
you are low key a murderer.
Like my wife and I, we've counseled some people, man. I'm not gonna lie. Whenever we counsel someone and they make it seem like everything's rosy, we're like, yep,
something is brewing.
Yeah, that's bad. Something's bad, horrible. So ultimately, I want you guys to understand.
I'm not saying for you guys to argue consistently.
Yeah,
there just needs to be some level of disagreement because you guys are not the same person.
Yeah, like what's wrong? Why can't y'all argue? Like, what's wrong? Something wrong. But no, I do. Ultimately, I want you to understand. You're not going to learn who you are compatible with by just dating, quote unquote. By just that's not going to teach you.
But I'm saying, like that's why I said, like if you want to, if you're in the season of your life where you don't want to have any intentions and you just want to like just date without any intentions, why can't you just be friends? Because why can't you just be friends? But low key, that question makes me think that you have a problem with lust because you just want the benefits of being with someone.
That's true.
And you don't really care about anything else.
You want friends with benefits.
You want friends with benefits, but you don't really want to do anything else outside of that. Because you don't have any intentions of being with that person. You just want somebody to kiss and, hug and get gifts from and do the whole thing, but you don't want the intentions behind that.
And I would also add to that, one thing I want you guys to also be wary of, building true friendship before intimacy is important.
Ooh. Because
intimacy, when a friendship is built on intimacy, it's not going to last long, man. It's not going to last long. Your intimacy needs to come out of your friendship. It makes the intimacy so much better.
You think so? I was just asking a question. The people want to know.
Babe, it's better. I promise you it's better.
Okay. You wouldn't know the outside of that, though.
Nah, you don't understand.
You wouldn't know the outside of that.
No, I will tell you why I know. Let me tell you why I know.
Okay.
I see the difference in our moments when you feel like for example, Sunday, I knew that was a result of you feeling like you've been on cloud 9 for the past couple of weeks. Because the things I've seen you do Sunday, babe, I haven't seen you do some of those things in a very long time.
Why are you doing this to me?
I'm just saying, I knew it. When you did it, I'm like, oh, nah, I've been treating this girl well the past couple of weeks.
Give me a gift. You see what happened. I keep sending you some hits.
Babe, I already know what happens. I remember what happened in the back of that Uber when I get you that Dior bag. I ain't never seen you.
All right, let's move on. Next question.
Back of the Uber.
Next question.
No, babe. I have to be honest. You asked me, is it different? It is. Because I see the difference.
But that's not a friend. That has nothing to do with... You're not answering the question. You're just being nasty.
No, here's why I say it's...
No, cast out that spirit of lust.
No. You don't understand. Tommy job. No lust here. No, what I'm trying to get you to understand is that the intimacy is different based on how you feel. Your emotions, your connection with somebody, right? And this is where I'm saying, like, you and I, when I know when you feel like you've been treated well, because it shows. Like Sunday, it showed, bro. It showed.
Keep doing your job,
bro. Stuff like that's encouraging. I'm not gonna hold you. It's encouraging. There was that one thing I asked you to do, but you didn't do it though.
All right. Next question. I've been asking Benjamin to come, but he be saying he busy now. He don't got time for us no more.
Nah, there's that one thing I did ask you to do, babe.
Yeah, child. I'm trying to get to the next question, and the man is just still trying to get on this and shit. I'm so confused.
Saying, there's that one thing, you know. Okay, so somebody asked another question. I guess it's kind of similar. Should Christians date casually to learn compatibility, or only date for marriage? We just answered that.
Question.
So hopefully,
you should date with intention. If you are not ready to be married, then you shouldn't be dating. Period.
Okay. How can a single person prepare for marriage without idolizing it?
Stop looking at marriage as it's the goal. I think a lot of females, and I'll say this from the female's perspective, I don't know about the male's perspective, because I don't feel like today's society, the males idolize or desire marriage as much. I would say from the female's perspective, I think that a lot of girls idolize the thought of being wanted, the thought of a relationship. I think girls idolize, they don't even idolize the man, they just idolize everything, the benefits of having a man. Yeah. I think that they idolize the wedding day. Like, I think that they're looking at all the wrong things. And that's kind of why, because they want that companionship. They want that fresh love. They want that. But they don't, the in between is, I think it's far out of their mind. I don't think they even think about these things. The things that we're talking about letting your ego go and emotional intelligence, all these things, that is not in the forefront of their mind. They're honestly really thinking about how beautiful they want to look on their wedding day. They're idolizing marriage. And honestly, I keep saying to these young girls that day is literally less than 12 hours. And it will go by so in fast. A blink of an eye.
Yeah, man.
And next thing you know, you are laying next to that man. And when you guys are going through stuff, when you knocked out on in hand.
I knocked out colds, but I mean, I ain't really miss anything. Cause somebody was dead.
Anyway, so you what was that?
I don't know, whatever you just did.
Okay, so you oh my goodness.
Why you keep doing
because I'm trying to get back to where I was, and you was like making me lose my train of thought. But basically, I'm just trying to tell you that you literally are idolizing this moment, this time, this thing, but like you don't realize that the day you know how many people I know that were together for a certain amount of years before they got married, and then got married and they got divorced? Because the spiritual capabilities of what happens when you say I do in front of God, in front of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, the way like the devil just rises up and says, okay, I'm about to attack this marriage. The seasons that you have to go through with this person, it is not worth it. Like, honestly, to just be desiring it off of just one simple day. Yeah. Might as well just have a party for yourself and just look really nice. Anyway, on nous quitter ça pour pas faire quoi.
Parfait quoi.
Because I just feel like that's just really what girls want. Like, they just want to look nice in their white dress and their veil, and just like have this nice party and these pictures to post online on social media and say like you got this nice 3-4 carat ring by this man and blah blah blah, and then y'all get married and then you be like, what the heck did I just do?
Okay, let's see what else. So somebody asked, did you guys have any crushes while you were single?
Sorry, baby.
Did you have any crushes while you were single?
Yeah.
I don't even know why that was a question. Like
you thought we were human? We don't have hormones and like people?
I don't understand.
Man, let me tell y'all something. I wanted to marry me a nice African man. And I remember when I was in college, I met this man that I really liked. He was African. He was 20 years old, about to graduate college, going to medical school. And funny enough, he works at my hospital now. But he didn't see me, I saw him, and I'm just like, wow, look at life. But that's not what God wanted for me. But I was like so enamored with the idea of wanting to be with an African man and just wanted to be taken care of. But babe, that's not to say that you're not taking care of me, but I'm just saying those were my desires at the time. And then, you know, I remember I feel like my mom was praying for me. I mean, she's always praying for me, but I feel like that specific time she was praying for me hard. And I remember I met this lady in the library, and she was telling me how she was just telling me all these things about African culture, and that kind of just pulled me away from like wanting to be with this African man. So Jesus, like, you know,
bottom line is, guys, single doesn't mean you don't have emotions, man. Like, you have hormones.
I'm pretty sure like Emmanuel found these girls was attractive. And
yeah, like I remember I had my dumb period and I used to like white girls. Then I grew up.
Babe, you've never I just don't see that for you right now. But okay.
No, I remember I used to like snow bunnies. Then I grew up.
Don't say that, babe. Just say you used to like white girls. Caucasian women.
I used to like my Caucasian counterpart.
When was that in your life? Like, how old were you when you used to like white women?
Like 12, 13.
Okay, that doesn't count. I'm talking about when you were like 17, 18, 19, 20.
No, but then I grew up. So, you know, I was into
But
black
you
women.
liked black women at that point?
I liked black and Hispanic.
Oh, you like Hispanic?
My favorite race actually was Brazilian. Like Brazilian woman.
HIV.
Brazilian woman got it and go hold you. And then, you know.
Because they had the nice boobs and the butt and the...
They had bodies for days.
Yeah. I love that for you.
Yeah, man. But,
and they had the long hair. You love that long hair. You wanted to pull that thing. I'm just saying.
So when I say something, it's out of pocket, but you can say that.
Because I'm just being funny.
Hey, Wataka.
Why? Did you ever met a Brazilian woman that you was like, this is a potential?
Met? Like in person?
Yeah.
No. I was never really around Brazilians. Like.
So how did you know that you have a crush on Brazilian women?
I mean, the world has, you know, there's social media, there's internet, there's TV.
Oh,
it's
right.
Come on, bro.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm not. Oh, no. Actually, I think what really started, because I went to a soccer game once. And Brazil was playing Haiti. So a lot of Brazilians came to that game.
Okay.
I was like, oh, snap.
He was in heaven.
Bro, I'm not going to lie to you.
I'm not taking you to no Brazilian games.
Bro, I'm not going to lie to you. I'll never forget that. I was just like... I was like, all right.
All right, baby. Next question.
This question, I don't completely understand it. So this one said, why do some Christians act like waiting on God means not being intentional at all?
Oh, I get it.
Why do some Christians act like waiting on God means not being intentional? Oh, I get it. Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
I get
I'm
it.
just like, I don't understand why you don't.
I guess I have to read it out loud for me to understand.
Because it's like, bruh, whoever said that question, I just want to give them a high five.
I don't know this person, so.
You know this person?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
But then again, I feel like it's somebody's fake burner account.
Okay. But I 100% agree with this person. Like, I feel like a lot of people...
If it was Becca, we would have known. She would have commented in the chat and said this was me.
Yeah.
So it's not Becca.
It's not Becca. So process of elimination.
Yeah.
I feel like with this specific question, oh Lord, I feel like people they're like, oh my God, I'm waiting on God, especially women. Oh my goodness, I see this in church all the time. They're waiting on God, but they don't come to church looking like, you know, their best self. They don't bring their best self forward. They waiting on God, but I mean, maybe because I'm old school, they don't know how to cook. They don't know how to take. They're not a woman. Like, they're not caring for themselves. They're not putting themselves in the light to be attracted towards a man. And when you have conversations with them, they're not conversationalists. Like, they're not the guy that they want to attract. can't be attracted to them because that's not the type of woman that he likes. But you waiting on God. It just, you're not putting the intentionality behind it. Like, you need to be able to have, you need to be more socialized, be able to have conversations and be open and all these different things, and you're not that person, and you're saying, oh, God is going to send me this person. God is not going to send you nothing. You know what I mean? You have to be ready for, let me tell you something. David was ready, okay?
What was he ready for?
He was ready when he went to go visit his brothers and fight Goliath. He was ready. He may not, you know, he may not have had all the things that people thought he needed to have, but when he was stepped up to the plate, he knew he had everything that he needed at that moment. And I feel like a lot of these women are not, they say that they're ready, but they're not really ready. Like, they can't have a conversation. They can't disagree. They can't accept critique. They can't really communicate well. Like, they're awkward as heck. They're not funny. They're not attractive. They're not walking around. They're walking around with grandma dresses on, thinking that God is gonna. I don't disagree avec tête mariée, because I wear tête mariée, but after a certain time, you got to make sure that hair is done. That hair is sleek. Yes, I'm not saying for you to be doing them little exaggerated edges, but make sure your hair is looking nice. Make sure you come correct to church and all these different things. Like, you're asking God to send you this guy, but like, you're not putting yourself in a position to be able to receive what God has for you. And then you wonder why you're still single.
So I will say for me, I do feel like there is a fine line to an extent. You know, I don't believe that, you know, you should use waiting on God as an excuse, right? But at the same time, I don't want you to go to the other extreme either. Like looking too desperate. Yeah, looking too desperate. Like, I don't want you to do that either. Like, there's a happy medium, right? You know you single. You know you want someone. Like, I do feel like at times there's certain things, especially that I hear in the Haitian church, that people will say on the pulpit, I think is a bit too much. Like, what women should do, like, you should do all this and that. I do think some of it's a bit much.
Okay, can you tell me what's one thing that's too much?
Like, I really feel like, for example, people don't understand that men, we're not as into makeup as y'all think. Like, coming in where you have so much makeup, you look like a clown is ridiculous. Like, I'm sorry, it's ridiculous. Like, like, it's not. No.
But mets un petit peu dessous. Like, put a little something on.
No, but the way that people make it sound is kind of like you have to. It's like every Sunday you have to go to a makeup artist, book a makeup artist appointment, and come in. What y'all call your appointments? Glam, something. I don't even know what y'all call it, bro.
You've been reading my emails too much.
Yeah, you got to get one of them things, and then that's when you get. No, I don't understand.
No, I'm talking about how I wear my makeup on Sundays.
Babe, you asked me what I think is too much. I'm telling you, I think that's too much. I think it's way too much. I think, for example, you telling me that you always have to be like, you always, all the time, you have to wear a super fitted outfit. Like, you're not, like, that's not cute anymore. I don't think,
you've heard pastors say something like that on the pulpit? I've never heard it, but okay.
It's not cute, man. Okay. Like, after one point, it looks desperate. It's not cute.
So what is a happy medium?
So, you come into church, you know what I'm saying? You could put a little something on. You know, you put a nice dress. Don't always come in with a muumuu type dress. That don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't come in with something super, super tight.
All you need is a smile.
That's a lie, bro.
That's for you, not that.
That's a lie, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. That's a lie, bro. Like, what if the girl can't smile? What if her smile sucks?
Here we go with the whole smiling thing again. Here we go.
Bro, I'm gonna confiscate your watch.
Okay, sorry.
So no, we really have to. I mean, you really have to sit there and like, You don't have to. I'm not asking you to wear a super super tight dress. You know what I'm saying? But you can wear something a little decent. Like you don't. It doesn't have to be skin tight for you to show that you may have a bit of shape. You know what I'm saying? You want to do that. Don't come in looking like you were born in the 60s. Don't come in looking like you aged like dinosaurs. You know what I'm saying? Nice and calm. Don't come into church with sneakers. You know, no, you can put a little heels on. Know how to walk in your heels, please. Nah, babe, I'm not gonna lie. And I mean, I know so would probably gonna come at me for this. But I think it's ridiculous, you know, sometimes when you coming down the aisle for communion and you don't know how to walk, that's kind of embarrassing, man.
Babe, you be paying attention to the wrong things.
Don't say that, because the other day...
Didn't say what you about to say.
Oh, so you don't want me to put you on blast, right? You don't want me to put you on blast. The other day you sitting here telling me that you can't even focus on the sermon for the craziest reasons.
Oh, I thought you was going to say something else.
Nah, I won't put you on blast.
My little confession. I told you earlier.
Nah, I'm not going to say that. That's between you and Jesus. But, because that's absurd. That's absolutely absurd.
Did it make you laugh?
Babe, I looked at you like you're crazy. I'm like, what's going on? You see, Jimmy wants to know now.
Nah, I can't say that.
No, but sometimes it's like, it's crazy. Like, you guys need to know how to walk. Like, you can't tell me you don't know how to walk. Like, if you can't walk in heels, I'd rather you come in flats, bro. Like, it's ridiculous, man. People are going to think that you, like, never mind.
But there's also another thing, that there are women that are beautiful, but they're not attractive. And I feel like that may play a part, too. Like, they don't... When they walk in the room...
So what's okay, so how are you beautiful and not attractive? I need to understand. Are you talking subjectively?
Yeah, it's subjective.
So like for example, I can look at a woman, I'd be like, she looks nice, but I'm not attracted to her. Is that what you mean? Mm-hmm. Okay, then all right, fine.
Because I feel like there are women that walk in a room and they're beautiful, but they're not seen. Like, they're like kind of imaginary. Like, they're not like... You don't really pay attention to them.
I wouldn't say that wouldn't make me find you attractive. I would just say that just means you don't know how to command a room.
Mm-hmm. But isn't that something that guys kind of like? Certain guys.
I feel like men like that.
Oh.
Being honest.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna keep the time.
I feel like men like that.
Because there's this woman that I'm thinking about. And on a typical scale, like, you might not think she's attractive, but I think she's gorgeous. And I don't think it's because of her.
I'm not even sure I know who you're talking about.
Remember when we watched Queen and Slim?
Oh, bro.
I think she's so beautiful. And I think it's honestly because of the fact that the way she is just so attractive. And I don't think it's because she has specific features that make her look attractive. I think everything about her just commands the room. And honestly, I just feel like a lot of girls don't have that factor about them.
Jesus Christ, so many questions.
All right, get to the questions, babe. We got like 15 minutes.
If someone took one question and just kept repeating it 50 times. This question is somebody trying to get me in trouble.
Can I see the question?
Not now.
Okay. You always do that. Because you never keep me in the loop.
Okay, here's a question. I'm just waiting for you.
Okay.
How can you end a friendship without ending off on the wrong foot? No beef, no argument, just ending it with a good conversation. Like, what if that person drifting you away from God, but you have been great friends for so long?
I honestly really do believe that ending...
This girl is just want to put her business out there.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that, honestly, like, I honestly really do believe that with those kind of friendships, like those kind of conversations, it depends on the maturity of the parties that are involved. Because some people won't be able to have that mature conversation and be like, hey, this is not working for the both of us. It's kind of hard to have that kind of conversation.
I'll be honest. I'm not. I feel like this is a tricky one because it depends on you.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, I guess what really got me is the fact that you feel like the person is turning you away from God.
Mm-hmm.
It really depends on you.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that because some people are not strong enough to end friendships.
Mm.
Some people will tell you this and then they start dreaming about you and thinking about you and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. And they want to, they try hard to rekindle something that they said that they should have ended.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you do got to cold turkey the whole thing.
I'm a good ghoster. So.
Like, sometimes that is essential. But for the most part, I would never advise it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a firm believer in the fact that not just a matter of closure. I would never advise someone to burn your bridges.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think it's right. I would never think it's right to just do that because I always tell people you never know what life brings.
Yeah.
Like, you really never know. Like, it's not like it would really suck if that one person that you burned the bridge with is someone that could have helped you tomorrow, and now you can't even do anything about it. Like, I remember there was one time, I don't think he's watching, but I remember me and Ben, we were trying to get something done, and the person that we're trying to get it done from was just like giving us the runaround. And Ben was like, you know what, forget this person. I don't even want to deal with this person. He was about to go off on the person. I told Ben, no, you just never know. Mm-hmm. You never know what tomorrow brings. You never know if we need the person. So just suck it up and move on. Mm-hmm. And effectively enough, like a year later, we needed that person again. Mm-hmm. And we're happy to have that person to help us get out of the jam that we're in. Mm-hmm. So if you would have burned that bridge then and there, what would have happened a year later?
Right.
So I will never ever say I'm a fan of just cutting someone off, unless it's you are just too weak to actually have a mature conversation. Mm-hmm. Okay. If you just know it may be a weakness, then that's different. Then obviously you run, you drop it and you run. Mm-hmm. But otherwise, I would always be a firm believer in sit down, talk it out, see what can happen.
Yeah.
Make it possible. See what and if the person's mature enough, then they'll understand you. If they're not mature, then hey, show them the door, or you find the door yourself, I should say.
Right.
So.
Next question.
Do you think friendships is the foundation to start off a relationship with your partner?
Yes, we already answered that.
Jeez, man.
Kevin is probably sleeping. He's been sleeping these past 2 episodes.
What if you feel left out or lonely even within a Christian community or group, and how do you process or get through it?
What do you mean?
What if you feel left out or lonely even within a Christian community or a Christian group?
I feel like that's a question more for you than me.
How do you process it and get through it?
That's more of a question for you than me.
What are you trying to say?
Because I feel like you experienced that. I didn't.
Kudos to you, bro.
No, it's not kudos. I'm just saying, like, that's just the reality of what it is.
Man, I can't really say I dealt with it well. I kind of just said screw everybody and call it a day. If I'm to be honest, that's kind of how I went about it.
alternate perspective, what is a way for you to have dealt with it better?
Well, if the community was different, the people were different, I would have went about it differently.
Yeah, but I feel like sometimes you should, like, as much as you want to change the community, you have to also, something in you has to also change to be able to do.
No, I don't doubt that. But if you want me to speak,
because you can't just say that it's the community's fault. You also
I
have
won't
to
say
take,
it's completely the community's fault. But I will say that even then, for me personally, if you want to talk about myself, then yeah, I would have said if things were a lot different. But assuming that you're in this place where you have, where, assuming that you're in a neutral environment, let's keep it at that. Feeling lonely, feeling by yourself. Firstly, I would say, is that something that you actually want? Is that something that you're looking for? Sometimes people actually prefer to be lonely, and they don't realize that they prefer to be lonely. Some people actually don't mind not having people around. Some people don't mind that. And if that's you, then that's okay. You know, you figure that if that's who you are. If you're not that kind of person and it's actually bonds that you want, friends that you want, then yeah, you have to analyze both sides, yourself and the people you're dealing with. Sometimes it's better for you to be alone and to avoid being around certain people. Sometimes you may not even realize that not being around certain people is actually a blessing in disguise. And sometimes you're the problem. It happens. All right. All of these are things that you evaluate, so I can't really give you a one-size-fits-all answer. But I will say, assuming that you're in a somewhat ideal environment, then yeah, there's some evaluation that just needs to be done more than anything. You have to decide whether or not, what you're going through is because of you, not because of you, all that kind of stuff. The people around you, not the people around you. You have to take time to think about these things. And going through it, like I said, it may not be easy. It may not be easy. Processing those things are never easy. I'll be honest, they're never easy. But it's not a matter of it being easy or hard. It's just a matter of, are you willing to push forward? Are you willing to, is it something that you actually want to change? If it's something that you want to change, then you can put in the effort to try and change it. You can try to see if there's reasons why people may not like you, people don't like you, people may not. I mean, obviously, what I'm saying now is for people that are a bit older. I don't think that if you're like 14, 13, that you're ever going to follow any of that, which makes sense. But assuming that, you're 17, 18, 19, 20, there should be no reason for you to get an idea of if people don't like you, why. Some people just don't like you just because you're black, or because you're not, just because of you are who you are for whatever reason. Certain things, basically what I'm trying to say, certain things are just out of your control. But if you find things that are in your control, then you gauge how you want to go about it. And if you want to try and fix it, then you'll try and fix it. If you don't want to try and fix it, like I said, maybe you are okay with being alone. Maybe at the end of the day, it's not a matter of having friends that really bothers you, but maybe sometimes you see when you feel like you're missing something only when you see it. But when you don't see it, it doesn't really bother you that you don't have it. Like sometimes the things that bother us, we miss certain things, or we think we need certain things just because we may see it in front of us or see somebody else have it. But if you never actually saw someone else have it, you wouldn't even realize that you'd even know you missed it. So you never know.
Next question.
Jeez, man. Like what?
Sorry.
Like sheesh, man.
Sorry, baby.
The girl said, yo, you talk too much. Move on. Okay, I answered enough of your questions. Is it okay to friend zone someone if you're not ready for a relationship?
No. It's not okay to friend someone when you're not ready really for a relationship. Because eventually those feelings are going to fester up. Might as well just not be friends. Again, a lust issue.
Friend zone, as far as I'm concerned, is one of those things, those constructs that are developed by the world. And I don't think that friend zone actually makes any sense. Like if I take a step back and I think about what do we define friend zone to be, we define it as you demote somebody from potentially being something more than a friend to just being a friend. Like, I don't get it. Like, you either date the person or you don't.
Mm-hmm.
You either with the person or you're not.
Mm-hmm.
Or you are just friends. Like, and like I said, at the end of the day, humans will always be humans.
Mm-hmm.
You know? You can't really tell yourself that you're not going to... I tell people this all the time. The human body has its hormones. It's not something that you can easily control. Okay? You don't keep something around you if you know you're going to be tempted.
Right.
Right? As far as I'm concerned, friend zoning someone to me why friend zone? Like, what does that really mean? Like, what is... I don't understand that whole concept of friend zone. I think it's a childish way of making it seem like you have options. Like, that's the way I kind of see it. I kind of feel like it's a child trying to make it seem like I got so many people talking to me. You know, I'm able to just, friend zone this person, friend zone that person, or I got too much attention. But I feel like that's all childish. Like, there comes an age, man. I mean, that whole concept of friend zone, to me, I just don't think it makes sense. I mean, people can obviously disagree, but I don't really see the point of friend zone. Like, I don't see what that means. I don't see where it... Like, I don't see... Like, you either like the person or you don't. You either want to be with the person or you don't. You either want to engage with the person or you don't. And if you don't, you don't. But if you do, you do. But don't... Like, friend zone, no. If you turn someone down, you turn someone down.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. All right, we gonna end it because I could tell my wife is ready to go to sleep.
Why are you saying I'm ready to go to sleep?
I can see it. You ready to go to sleep?
I'm not ready.
No, you ready to go to sleep. Don't worry. Once this is over, you're going straight to sleep anyway. So many questions. I will...
Can I see? Can I choose one? Yeah, facts.
Huh? Any scenarios?
Can I see? Can I choose?
Oh, no. You see, this is what happens when you...
Get distracted.
Oh, jeez. I completely messed that up. Oh, we had some.
Mm-hmm.
We can do one, but we're not going to do a lot, because like I said, my wife already looked like she's ready to sleep. Like, I could tell from the way she's looking at me, from the way she's talking. She's not even paying me any attention.
Yeah, babe.
Babe, you ready to sleep? We'll just do this one and
Do
just
it
call it a
this
day.
one. Hello, guys. My name's Abigail, and I'm on Breaking Christian Silence podcast. Okay, sorry. Can I just see one? Can I pick one, babe?
We don't have one. We only have one scenario.
Okay.
So, okay. There's this girl named Maya, and she has a close friend named Imani, who always seems to have the latest scoop on everybody. When they were younger, Maya used to listen and even add her own 2 cents. It wasn't meant to be messy, it just felt like casual conversation at the time. But as Maya got older, that kind of talk started to feel different. Now, when Imani starts talking about people, Maya still listens out of habit, but her responses are short and half-hearted. A quick, oh wow, or that's crazy. Deep down, though, she doesn't care to know anymore. She's realized that hearing about other people's business changes how she sees them. And honestly, there's a lot she could have lived without knowing. Maya's also started feeling convicted about it. She recognizes it's gossip, something she used to ignore, but now she can't shake off. She's in a new season where God is working on her heart, and what she once brushed off now makes her uncomfortable. The problem is, Amani's a Christian too. And because of that, Maya feels like it's not just about correcting herself, it's also about lovingly encouraging Imani to grow in this area too. Not in a judgmental way, but as sisters in Christ. If both of them are following God, then both of them should be mindful of what they say and entertain, because gossip doesn't please God. Maya is blunt by nature, and she knows her tone or facial expressions can come off harsh sometimes. So she's trying to find a way to say, I love you, but I can't keep having these kinds of conversations anymore in a gentle way. She's learned that peace sometimes means creating space, not distance, and setting boundaries in love. In a nutshell, how do you bring up something that's been bothering you, especially with a close friend who means a lot to you, without offending them or ruining the friendship?
Can I see the last part? Thanks, baby.
Just so you should want to take my phone, because that's all you've been asking for a while now.
How do you bring up something that's been bothering you, especially with a close friend who means a lot to you? Relationship. I think this is a good question. I feel like the storyline was a little long, but I kind of figure who sent this question, because I already know the way they text and type. Go ahead, baby.
No, go ahead. You'll take this one, because every time I was talking, you're like, yeah.
Because
Next question.
That's not true, babe. I was listening to you.
No, you weren't. It's okay. But go ahead. You can answer. Babe, it's okay. You can answer.
Baby.
Go ahead.
Okay.
The people want to know.
Can I read it again? Sorry. That's what happens when the app is not on my phone and I have to go through your apps.
My apps is crazy. It's not my fault that you never want to see everything that's happening and you just want to be like Emmanuel, handle everything, and I'll just show up. So we're going to skip that part too?
No, baby. I asked, how can I help?
Okay.
And you say, no, baby, it's okay.
No, you don't. Go just be like, I'm just here to show up, look cute, talk a little bit, and then
I
go
don't
to sleep.
look cute. I look crazy.
And that's all you hear. No, that's what you always tell me.
How do you bring up something that's been bothering you, especially with a close friend who means a lot? Relationship. Okay, so, all right.
Can you not put my phone next to the fire? That'd be great.
Sorry, baby. So I'll say this. I think that one of the biggest things, because I suffer with this, is watching my tone when I speak to people. I battled that in my relationship. I battled that with people that I talk to, people that I discuss things with, because it can come across as being too harsh. So I have to learn how to say things in a way that I could understand, that I can see the person being able to receive it well. When you are friends with someone for just a long period of time, you're able to distinguish how they will be able to receive things. So I think the best way to go about this is to understand how your friend is able to receive things, and in the conversation always check yourself to see if if the person's okay, and checking your tone throughout the conversation and making sure that they thoroughly understand what you're saying. And one of the things that Emmanuel does quite often is, if we're having a conversation or a discussion where it may be a little rough, or it seems like he's a little bit nervous, he tends to have a long monologue about, like, he has like this long precursor about what he's going to say before saying it, because I feel like he's nervous about what he's about to say. So I think that's a good way to communicate sometimes, to get the person relaxed and adjusted. Sometimes giving them compliments about the things that they do that's good, and kind of making it more about like, sometimes in this scenario I would be like, hey, something that I'm suffering with is listening. Like, I have this keen of listening to gossip, right? So I'll be like, you know what, I don't want to do that anymore, and you know what, let's both try to make an effort to not do that. Right? And then kind of just make it like a thing that you guys are doing together, instead of trying to point out something wrong about that person. I think that's like the biggest thing, because but there are times where the person is wrong, but you just need to know how to check in with this person when you're communicating with this person. Because if this person is your friend, then you know what ticks them off and what doesn't tick them off. Like, I know what to say to Emmanuel that's going to get him upset. So, yeah. What do you think, baby? What do you mean by that, Natayo? Like a Nathan and David?
Yeah, first and foremost, if you consider someone like this a close friend, you should know you should have an idea on how to talk to them. And that's why, like I said, I feel like certain things sound contradictory to me. When you tell me that someone's a close friend, but at the same time you're not sure how to avoid upsetting them. I feel like when you're close enough to someone, you know what's going to upset them. Mm-hmm. You know what's not.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of, do you want to do it? Mm-hmm. Or do you not want to do it?
Or you just want to hurt the person's feelings.
At the end of the day, they always tell you pick your battles. Mm-hmm. Right? So that's that. That's the first part. Secondly, you have to keep in mind how much certain things are affecting you. Because you said it's affecting your relationship with God, it may require you to be a bit more ruthless than you would like. Mm-hmm. Because ultimately, your relationship with God should always be primary. Mm-hmm. It's like, for example, if I'm cutting somebody off, for example, just because, I may be nice about it. Mm-hmm. But if I'm going to cut somebody off, let's say because of the fact that I feel like you're disrespecting my wife, I'm not going to be that nice about it. Like, I'm gonna tell you straight up, yeah, this is over. Right? So the situation, the circumstance matters as well, mm-hmm. in my opinion. Like my wife said, I do, from my experience dealing with people in general, it usually is easier to have these kind of conversations by avoiding a condescending tone. Mm-hmm. By avoiding making it seem like I am better than you, mm-hmm. and you suck.
Right.
Those will usually 99, I want to say maybe 99.99% of time will fail. Right? Mm-hmm. There has to, when you are talking to someone, and one of the things, and again, this is like I said, even as my time as being a leader, I connect better with people when I make the person feel like I realize that I'm also human.
Yep.
When you make the person realize that they're not talking, that even though they're talking to a leader or a pastor, that person that they're talking to, the title is just a title, but they're still a human at the end of the day, the person feels more at ease.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same thing here. When you're talking to someone, put them at ease at the end of the day.
Right.
Right? You want to make sure that you put them at ease and tell them, listen, you know, like for example, if I'm in this specific scenario and I'm going to someone and I want to tell them that I want to cut something off, the way I'll do it is kind of similar to what my wife said. I'll be like, listen, I feel like I've been struggling as of late, and I feel like God revealed to me that, you know, gossip is bad, and I feel like I've been engaging in that too much. You know, I don't know what you think, but I feel like I want to start to stay away from it. That person may get the hint when they realize that you start to stay away from them too.
Mm.
If I had a conversation, I told you, listen, I'm trying to stay away from gossip, and you realize that I'm slowly starting to stay away from you, then I mean, hey, if you want to put 2 and 2 together, I'll let you do that.
2 + 2 = 4.
You know, if the shoe fits.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think that's something that you have to, you know, you do keep that in mind. I feel like when you do it that way, when you make it seem like it's not you, it's us, it's better. It's us. Because like I said, bonds are bonds, period. It may not be a romantic bond like a marriage, but a friendship still has 2 people in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's still 2 people.
People have feelings.
Yeah, it takes 2 people to keep a friendship going.
It's the same thing we were saying earlier about having empathy and having grace for one another.
Yeah.
You have to have that conversation with grace and kindness. You can't just be... I think a lot of, especially the Christian community, they tend to... I don't know what it is, but it's like they love to condemn people or make people feel like they're on a hierarchy and they're doing better than them spiritually.
Yeah.
And they have some type of spiritual awakening and they're, you know, beneath them because there's some type of hierarchy in their spiritual life, which is like beyond false to me.
No, it is. And I do think, you know, that's something that I like I said, I really think when it comes to how do you talk to someone, like I said, if they're your close friend, you know, you should know how.
Mm-hmm.
You may just suck at communication, which is a different story. But if you claim to know someone, then you should know how to talk to them.
Right.
And that just goes in life in general. If I know you, I know how to talk to you. I know how to communicate. I know how to share my feelings without hurting you per se. All that, you know that. But if you feel like you don't know that, then number one, then you're not as close as you think. And number 2, wataka. So, but we're going to end it there. Like I said, it's already 10 o'clock. And like I said, my wife is clearly tired. So we're going to end it there.
I think he's tired, y'all, and he's just making it on me.
Babe,
but it's okay.
Babe, don't say that.
Yeah, I really think that's what it is.
It's 10 p.m. You're going to sleep within the next 10 minutes. I'll probably be up, so I want to say maybe 1 a.m. And I'm going to sleep less than you, for sure. And I'll still be more awake than you.
I think women require... Yeah, facts. Thank you, Jamaica.
I don't care what Jamaica got to say right now. She's still blocked. But anyway, go ahead.
I think that... I don't know. I think that... Yeah,
Are you going to finish your statement?
I think that you are projecting. I agree with Jamaica. I think that you're tired, so you want me to be tired too.
Is that the best that you got?
I love you, baby. Anyway.
It's all right.
I am a little sleepy.
No, you're not. You're very sleepy.
Yeah, I do have work tomorrow.
So I know you're going to go to sleep right now. And I said I'll be awake for probably the next 3 hours.
And I just had a rough 2 days. So it's just, I'm not feeling my best self.
Neither am I. Sorry, I understand your feelings.
Yeah.
I do. So, but nonetheless, we do appreciate you guys for sticking around for the whole time. We appreciate all the questions. We will continue this next week because I don't want anybody to feel like your questions weren't answered. So I'm going to take note of all questions. We will answer. We'll continue to answer them next week. At least the ones that are related to friendship. If they're not related to friendship, then I'm going to just save them in the
sending
question bank.
Questions on friendships.
Yeah, I'm gonna anything that's not friendship related, we'll keep them in the question bank. But the ones that we have that are friendship related, we will answer definitely. Next week we'll probably just continue the questions because there's a whole lot, and I don't feel like we're gonna have time to be able to go through our like a normal talk that we usually do and then do questions. Like there's no chance. Like we only spent an hour on questions. We spent an hour on questions and we only answered like 6 or 7. And I think I have at least 25 to 30. So
next week we'll probably just do questions.
Yeah, next week we'll probably just answer your questions. And guys, feel free to ask more questions. Like I said, friendship related. If it's not friendship related, we're not answering it. At least not now. We'll answer it in the future, but not now. So, and if you enjoyed this topic, then do me one favor. Share with a friend. Share with a friend, share with a cousin, a coworker. And especially, guys, one thing I really want us to do, definitely share the socials. All right? So the likes of like Susie and Athara, that between the two of them invite 100 people, but yet they don't want to invite one person to social media, is crazy to me.
Ooh.
But listen, the point is, we definitely want to get the socials active, just because I feel like when you do that, it gives people a better idea of what the podcast is about, and it may encourage people to actually come watch the podcast. I don't think anyone's going to watch the podcast first and the socials. So send the socials out with people, send the YouTube out to people, send the Instagram out to people, the TikTok out to people. Get your friends, get people on those, get them to follow, get them to subscribe, so that they can start to learn a bit about BCS. And then from there, they'll hopefully start joining the podcast itself as we start to grow and grow and grow and grow and grow.
One thing I will say is that we started this because we realized that there was a need. And you guys can continue to support us, but we can only go as far as you guys allow us to go. So continue to support us by sharing, commenting, subscribing. Continue to send people to watch our podcast. One of my family members this week texted me and was like, "Oh, you're doing such a great job with the podcast." I am not a social media person anymore. I used to be when I was younger. But God has put us on this platform for a reason. So we really want you guys to... September. No. Oh, we really want you guys to...
Yeah, before September, she was a Salvation member. Even in September, she's still a Salvation member.
I'm so confused. Anyway, so please, guys, share the social medias. Share the Instagram, share the TikToks. Emmanuel and I, we tend to share shorts on YouTube all the time. Kind of discuss conversations and all that stuff like that. So, same thing you guys do with our channels. Share the shorts with your friends. Like, what do you think this guy just said? Or what do you think about what he just said? So, yeah, like literally share, subscribe. Follow the TikToks, comment, make sure that you guys are engaging, just like you guys engage in the live. This is the reason why we have a live instead of a pre-recorded thing. So make sure you guys are sharing. And we love you guys so much. Thank you guys for watching every week. We appreciate you guys. I'm praying in 2026 that we get to like 50, 60, 70 people on the live. So God can do enormous things with us, but he's using you guys as a vessel to be able to share the ministry that we have. So
yeah, yes. I'm still treating our BCS right now as trial and error. trial runs, learning new things as we go. But I think 2026 we're gonna hit the ground running. There'll be changes in store. You'll see them
You're
when they
sending
come.
me a lot of ideas, and I'll just be like, "Ugh, you got money."
I'm trying.
Yeah, what's up statuses as well. Not that you're right.
I'm definitely, yeah, merch. Guys, your merch will start to be available mid-November. Mid-November for those that order by November 1st. By mid-November, people should start receiving their merch. So be ready for that. Mid-November, you'll come to service or the temple, and you will start being able to pick up your merch for those that paid at least. If you didn't pay, you're not getting a thing.
Jack.
So, and make sure you order before November 2nd, guys. Prices are going up.
Press power mode.
So make sure you guys do that, all right? And hopefully we're praying that, as you guys start to wear merch, then that will get the word out there even more. For you young ladies that you feel like somebody's flirting with you, when somebody asks you if you have IG, tell them I do. Breaking Christian silence.
And I know the girls love to do little TikTok dances. Make sure y'all doing your TikTok dances in your hoodies.
Your hoodies, your crew necks, your everythings, man. Get it out there.
The other day I was wearing my hoodie at the laundromat. I forgot to tell them any of this. And they were like, "Oh, Breaking Christian Science, what's that?" I'm like, "That's my husband's company."
Why would you say that?
It is.
That's a lie.
I'm joking, babe. But I did say my husband's company.
That's a lie. Did they subscribe?
She was an old lady.
Oh.
Yeah. Was that wrong for me to say? I should have said our company.
This is our podcast. This is not mine.
Okay. You're right. I'm sorry. I felt like rich wife when I said that's my husband's company.
Oh, Lord. Social media.
Anyway, guys. So share, like, comment, subscribe. We are on the way to 1,000. I feel like we're in a rut right now. I really think we need a live audience. So to get us out of this 650 something. So hopefully soon we will have a live audience.
Yeah, guys, definitely. And make sure you guys, when you guys get your merch, wear your merch, all right? Get it and wear it. Get it and wear it. We want everybody to wear it so that we can start getting BCS name out there. Get other people to buy merch. Get your friends to get merch. If you're getting merch for your friend, then put the order in. Put the order in, please. Put the order in. Make sure you put it in before November 1st so that your friend doesn't end up paying extra money. I don't think they would like that. So please put your order in. Put your order in, guys. Put them in. Put them in. Put them in. So that we can, again, orders will, by November 1st, everything that's ordered by November 1st, orders will go out. We'll order everything soon. And you guys will get your stuff by the second week of November, hopefully second or third week. All right? And that will get you, hopefully the more people that wear it, the more that it gets the name out. And go crazy, guys. Go crazy. I have one person that's saying they're doing a whole presentation in their class about BCS. That really touched the heart. I really appreciated that. So I wish I could have gone to their presentation in person, but I'm not allowed in college. Clearly, I'm not a student.
Yeah, because that would look a little creepy, pedophile-ish.
What? I'd be like, yeah, that's my little sister. I'm supporting her. Like, what?
Okay.
But nonetheless, we appreciate that. So all that helps. So help us get the word out, guys. And we know BCS is going to be big. It's going to be big. It's going to be big. It's going to be the biggest Christian podcast on the globe in the 21st century.
We pray in Jesus' name.
All right? All right. On that note, let's call it a day.
Yeah, let's call it a day.
Let's pray. Are you awake enough to do final prayer?
I'm sorry, baby. I'm not feeling well.
But I'm projecting, right? All right.
I just didn't want you to say it in front of the people. Dear Heavenly Father, we worship you, we exalt your name, we magnify your name. Oh God, here we are, Father God, another Tuesday. We bring in front of you, oh God. We pray that, Lord Jesus, that you cover us, you guide us, you continue to protect us, Lord Jesus. And God, here is this podcast. Here is the people that follow us. Here are the people that watch. We ask you, oh God, to help them, Lord God, to develop friendships, help them to be able to be not only a friend of everyone else, of humans, but be a friend of yours, because a true friendship with Christ can be able for them to be developed in every asset of their life, and to be able for them to succeed in their life. Oh God, we worship you. We praise you, Lord God. We ask you, Lord God, to cover everyone this week, Lord God. Here's the people that are having midterms, Lord God, this week. We ask you, Lord Heavenly Father, to cover them, give them strength, give them wisdom, give them intelligence, oh God. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen and amen and amen and amen. Ladies and gentlemen, again, it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure as always. Always a pleasure, guys. We appreciate you. We definitely appreciate you. And we ask, continue to be with us, continue to support us. We love you guys. We love you all. Deborah, you're alive. Hi, Deb. We got chat, Deb. We got chat.
We feel like we haven't seen Deborah in a while.
Nah, Deb, we got to chat. When you get some time, we got to chat.
Really?
Yeah. Deb is being nice. Deb is being nice. I respect it.
All right. There you guys. Good night. Woo! Bye.
Don't miss us too much, guys.
See you guys See you guys on Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday, guys. Sunday still exists. Sunday exists. Love you all. Next thing also, I do want to remind everyone, as you guys know, we're going to be having our first live BCS event towards the end of the year. Woohoo! We are going to ask you guys for your opinions on when we should do this event. Make sure you guys vote, especially if you guys want the merch. Make sure you guys vote. Drum roll. Okay. And the winner getting 57% of the votes.
Maybe I can